Never before have we had greater face a complex, rapidly changing world. Think of it a moment.
It is a world in which supersonic speeds are commonplace. It is a world that has seen the coming of the atomic bomb. It has seen the rise of the total state, the dictator, and the mass man. It is a world of new sensations, new excitements, new distractions.
So much to be learned by so many in so little time.
I suppose you're here with no agenda, as per usual?
On the contrary, I'm here for comics.
How's your comic book collection, Brody?
Oh, it's going good.
Once it goes, there we are. What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday night. It is time for Foil Variant. You've got me. You've got Andrew. What more could you want on this beautiful night? Yes, we are a little bit late. That's kind of on us. We got distracted just chatting in the back, but we are here now. We've got comic books to talk about. We've got, and Andrew has wine, which is the most, well, it's not new, but it's crucial. If you didn't have it, we couldn't have the show. Like, it just would not happen. But it can't, it's a 2-drink minimum on both sides of the show. All right. Like, let's put it that way. But yeah, guys, happy to be back. We have I actually don't know if I would say we have a lot to talk about. We have a really, really good issue of Venom to talk about. We have, actually, I will say this, a good issue of Ultimate Wolverine to talk about. Off of that, we've got some, yeah, but you've already liked it. You were already like, I really like Ultimate Wolverine. And I'm the one going like, but then this one goes, oh, okay, all right, now we're cooking. Pun not intended, as we'll get to. I know, I just realized I said that. But, let's see. And then, yeah, aside from that, we've got maybe some quick hits if we've got them. Carnage ended this week, which maybe we'll have some thoughts on. But, yeah, before we get into any of this, 2 things. One, right before the show started, we were talking, and I wanted to wait until we went live, and I was talking to all of you out there to bring this up. So, Hush 2, okay, Hush 2 is being published. Jim Lee, Jeff Loeb. It was supposed to go 6 months, big break, and then another 6 months to close out the series. Don't know why the hell they're doing that. Maybe to give Jim like some time, whatever. Ultimately, they got 2 issues out, and then they went on a break. And now we're picking back up on it this week with Batman 162. Now, yep. Which is, but it's not even that, my friend. It is. So the latest Hush issue is Batman Volume 2 162, or Volume 3 162, right? And the current Batman that is out, the Matt Fraction one, that is Batman Volume 4 Issue 3. So what happened is DC fucked up their scheduling so bad that now they're concurrently publishing 2 volumes of Batman, even though Volume 3 is technically over. Isn't it? Like, that's kind of I genuinely don't know. The only other, like, I've never heard of this happening. Most of the time, too, Andrew, they go like, oh, we missed it? Then we're going to call this, like, I don't know, like Spider-Man Webs or something. Like, they'll throw it into, like, a mini, right? Like, they'll be like, oh, Batman Hush 2 will be its own little mini series because we ran out of time on Batman. I kind of don't know why they didn't, right? Like, there's... I mean, yeah, that's true. It didn't need to be made, but, like, I guess I'm more confused here because it's like, they made those 2 sequels because they were trying to bank off of that, like, those names. And then they didn't, like, make it the book. I feel like it would have sold more if a guy goes into a comic book shop and he goes, hey, can I get that new Batman Hush issue? Instead of just going, no, again? You shouldn't be. That can't be happening. Oh my God. Well, fuck that. I have no idea what happened, but you're here. Thanks, Tex, for letting us know
Thanks,
about
guys.
that. Holy shit.
To be clear, it's not on me.
It is not. No, it is on me. It is on God. Okay, Andrew, you were there a second ago when I was like, I'm checking everything. You are good. It is going, when we jump over, it's going to be A+. I don't know what happened, but he's here now. Andrew, why don't you say hi to everybody while I clean up my water real quick, because I kicked it while I was running around.
Oh, nice. Nicely done. Hey, what's going on, guys? Good to see you all. Thank you for being here. Like Mav said, we've got, I think, a pretty fun show planned for you guys. Venom was a fantastic book this week. We've mostly liked this run from jump, but today's issue was just like an extra level of fun. Outside of that, if you are RIPPAVERSE fans, we just announced that fulfillment is going to be starting on the 19th and 24th, respectively, for Horseman 2 and Norfolka. So look forward to that. My Rippazine, so Rippazine number 5, that has my short story with my character that I created, Blue Shift, that is currently at the printer being released as of day before yesterday, folded and I believe assembled. So who knows? That might be something that arrives in the warehouse next week. I don't know. I don't know how quick that's going to be. Hopefully it'll be quick. That
and
way we
into
can get you
everybody's
guys your
hands
stuff.
next week, because I know that you guys are all pre-ordered it. I know you all did.
Yeah.
I know every single one of you
I
have.
believe in you all. I believe you all did.
Oh,
I
hey,
trust you
hey,
all.
Chuck. I did. Okay, yeah, that's Chuck Keyworth over there on Text and Cap. All right, yes. Let's see. What did I? Okay, so I guess I'll just say hi to everybody. I guess I said hi to Text and Cap. We might as well knock it out here. We did have first for this week was Mosta. What? Oh, I'm like screwing up the comment. There we go. Another week passed. That was quick, dude. I kind of hate how fast time goes when you get older. I mean,
We're basically halfway through November right now.
Dude,
or we're about to be halfway through November this weekend.
We passed a year of this show like a month ago. That's how like fast time is moving, and I didn't even clock it. Like it's pretty nuts. Let's see. We have Chuck there. Yep, Chuck was at the top. Let's see. Subhuman is here. What's up, Sub? Sub says, I bought the first 24 issues of Captain America Volume 3 since I had the rest, and and 15 to 89 of Iron Man Volume 3 since I had the others. Let's see. Is Cap Volume...
Subhuman's been a completionist.
Dude, and he's getting good runs, because I'm pretty... Is Volume 3, is that the one with Winter Soldier and everything, or is that 4? I know, like, this...
I don't remember.
That area of Marvel,
remember.
that's where Marvel starts getting really stupid and starts rebooting their books, like, every week. And so... He says Iron Man, like, Volume 3 and 4, and I'm like, is that the Extremist stuff? Or is that, like, is that Riri? Is that Doom? Like, I have no idea which run that is there. Let's see.
I think the Extremist stuff is in one of those.
It's gotta be. Like I also feel like, because Subs in our, like, you know, generation age group, that would be the volume you would want to collect. Like, I would want to collect Extremist. That's pretty cool. Punk is here. He says, I've got 2 of the coolest covers this week. The Sozo Makia cover of Witchblade number 6 and the Inhyuk Lee cover of Iron and Frost number 2. Andrew, you said your shop didn't get any Iron and Frost in, huh? Or except for cover A.
They just had cover A. Since they had cover A of issue 2 but didn't have any back issues of issue 1, I just said I don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after the show, but like I'm gonna go get all your shit for you. That's insane to me that they didn't have it. But like your shop also didn't have this the John Boy cover for Aquaman that I snagged for you. Like,
no, they literally only had my copy in my box and then a couple of cover A on the shelf.
And what did they pull for you? Cover A?
Yeah.
That's absolutely bonkers to me. Like, is Aquaman a Flash issue too? Or like does
honestly,
it have the same issue as the Flash? Oh, that's such a bummer.
I think it is. And that's sad because Aquaman's actually a good book.
Aquaman doesn't deserve that. Yeah, Aquaman is actually like... Why aren't you all reading it? I know Tim needs to learn how to draw a trident better. I know.
John Tim's the trident, you know, it doesn't look the best.
It's such a bummer too, because there's that one issue where he gets it and they're like describing it like it shines gold, it radiates, it has like these hooks, and then it just looks like a literal just a fork. Like, it's really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah. Guys, in case you guys didn't see it this week, we've got Witchblade up the wahoo. We had Witchblade number 16 with the who is this one? This was, there's like, oh yeah, this is Lyrics. This is Lyrics, yeah. Well, I always confuse. There's like Lyrics, there's Derek Chu, like there's like 5 different artists that I always like screw up in this sphere.
And I like that cover because it's like the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
Legacy cover to where it has a bunch of different variations of the Witchblade over the last 30 years. So I'm a fan of that. I have the Virgin variant as well because my shop pulled all of them for me.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm either sad or I'm stoked. Which one is this? Is that just the OG?
Original.
Okay,
the OG.
Then I'm sad because I thought that was the OG. That means there's no anime Witchblade on here.
No, there's no.
Son of a bitch!
From the comics.
It's
Not
canon. It's canon.
not the black one, not Masane from the anime, or what's her face from the manga. I always forget her name.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The manga. I always forget that the manga is a different heroine. Like I genuinely always believe that.
And it's a very different story too.
It's very different. Like
that thing's like teetering on the edge of some some hentai.
That literally only gets by because you can tell like the Witchblade can be like an anthology thing. So it's like Witchblade goes over here to this person. They have that adventure. Like you can't have them come and hang out with Sarah. Like it just I'm sorry. I do it for that cover. I would love that, but it's not going to make any narrative sense if you do that. Let's see. Sub says Volume 3 is Hero's Return of Iron Man, and then Volume 4 is Extremis.
Okay.
Volume 5 of Cap is Winter Soldier. Okay, so Volume 4 must have been... I don't even remember whose run that was. Because he was gone for a little while before that Rick Remender run popped up, because it kind of fell out of favor. But either way, those are good runs. I have a weird soft spot for Heroes Reborn, even though it's not good. I think it's just like that was the event when we were kids, like when we were hitting.
The thing.
Yeah. Even then, I didn't like it, but nowadays I have some weird soft spot where like we're doing a Heroes Reborn cover, and I go, that's neat, like cool, like yay.
Yeah, I have the issue of Captain America, and I forget what issue number it is, but it's when he shows back up after they thought he was dead again. Or actually died again. I can't remember. It was one of the two. And he, at one point, because he's trying to chase down a baddie, he's running through a museum and has to grab like his old shield.
Oh, that's awesome!
Vibranium, like the old kind of like kite shield-esque one.
Yeah, like the Timely Comics one.
Yeah, and I have that issue, but it's in storage.
I mean. Still cool. I mean, that's not on the cover, so of course it's going to be in storage. But yeah, those are awesome runs, Sub. But then I forgot that we didn't quite close out the reason I brought up the covers, because there's that Witchblade from Sozo as well. This is like the second one she did, right? Like, didn't she do another one?
She did. In fact, I've got it right here.
Perfect. Because there's something then she improved.
Smart. I moved my image box up further in my stack.
Now, which Marvel box is that in?
Grab them very frequently. This one.
No, I thought she did another one with Sarah in the red.
Was it?
Didn't she do another one with Sarah in her red dress?
No, that's the one. So there's a Virgin variant of that as well.
Okay, wait, I'm super tripping out. Remember that you and I have looked at it. So it's Sarah in her red dress, and she's like crouched, and she has her hands like splayed, like she's like putting weight on it. And you'll remember this because she has her gloves on, but then she has like her super long nails, and the nails go like as if the glove is like wrapping to the nail.
You know what? Now that's ringing a bell.
Right?
I wonder did I happen to save that at all in my phone? It does not.
Because that's what I was going to say, is that on this cover, Sozo got rid of the like super long nails, and I'm like, thank God, because that just looked really bad.
Yeah, no, I don't. For whatever reason, I don't have it in here.
And then looking through all of our talks, we didn't name it Witchblade. We must have. We probably did the thing we always do, where it's just like, holy shit, and then moved on.
Right? Yeah.
But either way, great Sozo cover. I had to buy that. Like, I'm not even actively buying Witchblade right now, and I was like, I just got to snag those two. They look too good. And then of course I'm like obsessed with this cover, as I know you are, even though it's on an book. But Sozo dropped a Supergirl this week, and it's just great. It's beautiful.
amazing.
It has the right amount of trade, like extra trade dress, descriptive trade dress with her word bubble. I don't know. It's mesmerizing. But yeah, like that's all I pulled for this week. They didn't. My Marvel shop didn't even get their stuff in by the time I showed up. That was weird.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you said that the truck showed up afterwards.
Well, like my guy opened the door and he's like, "Hey guys, like new comic, like hey, what's up, everybody? Heads up, our Penguin Random House stuff isn't here yet, so like stay tuned." As he was saying that, the like right when he opened the door, the truck had pulled up and the guy was like walking the books to him. So right when he ended his sentence, the guy was like right behind him with the cart. But okay, before we get into any like actual comic book talk, Andrew, let's get to this because I was trying to show this to you before we went live. But this week, guys, of course, we got more Age of Revelation stuff. We got an Iron and Frost issue, obviously, as Punk brought up. We got some other kind of issues. We got a Rogue Storm issue was one of the main ones. And I was telling Andrew, like, I think I'm done with Age of Revelation. I've read some of the stuff that's coming out, but it's not even necessarily like I'm offended or I hate it or whatever. I just don't think I have that much interest in it. I never really did. I'll keep reading the Iron and Frost stuff because I love specifically those two together when written by Dugan. But in this Rogue Storm series, it's a really weird series, guys, where like Storm, all the X-Men like decided that Storm needed to die because she went crazy and was like an actual storm goddess. Rogue got split up into two versions. It's kind of dumb. But to all this week's issue of Rogue Storm had a Villalobos cover, like Pablo, or is it Pablo? No, Ramon? Pablo? I think it's Pablo. I don't know. Either way, I got his last name right. That's all you guys need to remember.
Close enough.
Wrong window. Well, you guys can see our studio for 1 second. While I jump us over to... There we go. So, he had this cover this week, right? Pretty good. Not a bad Rogue cover. Like it's obviously his work.
That's a virgin variant of it.
There is a virgin variant of it, yeah. But like, not bad. It's Villalobos. It looks great. But it feels so boring compared to things we've seen from him. And like even the background being complete yellow with not even like a gradient or texture, that's just super odd. And then if you notice this, like look at how like obviously Rogue's face and her bodysuit and her jacket are all colored and everything like he always does.
And then that back arm,
her gloves aren't. Yep.
It looks like just the color flats on her gloves.
Yup. On both of them.
Rendering.
Yeah, I don't get it. And so it just
I wonder if okay, so whoever the colorist was for that, I bet what happened, unless this was a deliberate choice, which would be a really weird choice. I don't know why you'd make that choice.
To like make it different material or something. Yeah, like
yeah, but I don't see why.
I don't see that. Yeah.
What my guess of what actually happened is that layer wasn't turned on when the file was sent.
I bet you're right, dude. I bet you're right.
When that file was sent to either the pre-press team or to the printer, and that's why it's the only red thing for her outfit that isn't shiny.
You're right. Wow.
That layer wasn't on.
And check this out. You know what?
I've had to catch things like that before.
Oh yeah, and as somebody who draws and does stuff on layers, like I go through that all the time. No worse feeling, guys, than being like, hey everybody, look at my new piece. And you've left off like 2 layers and you're like, holy shit. Like, okay, now I've ruined it. But like to your point, Andrew, I don't know if it comes across right, but do you see right here on her wrist, there's a little white? That is this continued line right here.
Yeah.
So he was just shading and he left that layer on, not that layer. So yeah, I bet you are right. Maybe that's what happened with the rocks too, because the rocks are like bad.
Yeah, the rocks, yeah, they just look like
what is
almost like they're color flats as well. Like obviously there's different shades there, but it looks super flat. Like there's no rendering to it whatsoever.
It really feels like a newspaper comic drew a bunch of rocks. And
yeah, okay,
cool. Like it communicates to us. Yes, that's a rock. I don't know if I really want to hang this anywhere. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's all. Great cover, or like great work always by Villalobos. still kind of boring, and it just kind of sums up my feelings with this event. It's just, who cares? I'll give Jed credit though. Jed is writing one of the best Cyclopses of all time still, and it's weird, and I don't know what to do with it. But hey,
he just can't write anybody else.
He can't write anybody else. He's like
he's on the main team book, and he can only write one of the characters,
which is insane too, because team book. So like, he's got to deal with all those other characters, but also you should be able to know how to deal with that character interacting with everybody else, and he really kind of doesn't. Like it's really, except for those moments where it's Scott laying it out. Moments he's gotten spades, but everything else is like, wow, we've been here.
Scott's
this is boring.
Putting it on the table, it's really good. Everything else is really not good.
Which is like, let me ask you, Andrew, and like everybody out there, has there ever been like a character writer? Like, just, I don't write the book. I don't do any of the other characters, but like, oh, Jonathan Hickman, you're writing Avengers? Well, we're going to pull in Jed, and he's going to write your Cyclops in here. You say what Cyclops does and everything, but he's going to write the dialogue, and he's going to help you out there. I don't think it's ever happened, but this might be the first time we experiment with something like that. Because,
no,
man,
not that I'm aware of.
But man, yeah, I guess that's all I really got for that. Do you want to talk some comic books?
Let's talk
some current comic books, if you will.
Yeah.
All right.
Current comics that aren't underwhelming and lame.
And Sophie Campbell-esque, if you will.
Oh.
Right?
Depression.
Let's jump over to, wrong one. There we go. Let's get some Venom going. Let me get that zoom in correct. There we go. It's all here. All right, guys. Let's start off tonight with Venom 251. We are back off of the quote-unquote no return issue. If you guys remember, that was last month. We got the big Venom 250 anniversary heralding the return of Null, which it did kind of, but also didn't really. We got him in 2 pages at the end to reveal.
Yeah, it teased him at the end to reveal that Hela is behind everything right now, but then it was revealed that Null is getting a mini.
Right, so, like, I'm not against that. Like, we like Null as a villain, but, man, to blow it out and be like, this is 250, it's the return of Null, get the hell in here.
It was an underwhelming issue 250.
It was so underwhelming. It was
like a 249.
And that's what I've been saying to you this week, is like, this Venom issue that we're about to dive into, guys, this should have been 250. This should have been 250. Take that Madame Mask story from the last one, condense it to hell to like 2 or 3 pages and throw it in somewhere. Then you take this story and you intersplice it with the Skrull ship story, right? And then maybe it gets a little chunky, maybe you have to split it into 2, but that's what a 250 that's a 250, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, you're supposed to do that. Just
like, we used to have prestige books, right? We used to have prestige format books that were, over like 30 plus pages. So it was like 48 pages sometimes, right? You could do that. They only tend to do that now with anthologies that are not very good.
Right. Okay. As soon as you said anthologies, I was gonna be like, yeah, but every time they say we're gonna do that with a series, it never turns out to be good. And I don't know.
Like that, what was that Marvel one from, was it beginning of this year or late last year, that had a bunch of this random ass stuff, and it dealt with a lot of like stuff in the future, and Wolverine had like Deadpool's head with him.
Oh,
I know what
you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about.
I can't remember the name of the damn thing because it was so boring.
It was so boring, and I remember that the only takeaway I had from that was, okay, I read Last Night on Earth as well, right? Like Scott Snyder's Batman story where he gets Joker and he latches him onto his fucking belt. I was like, okay. Yeah. That's exactly, you just did that again, but you marbleized it.
Yep.
But yeah, guys,
that's exactly what it was.
This issue, I love this book. This issue is kind of everything you want out of comic books. It's funny. It's got great art. It's got, like, Al Ewing. Obviously, he's been on this since ages now. Al's been on Venom since, I think,
since Cates left.
Wasn't there one person between him and Cates?
I didn't If there was, I'm not remembering.
Yeah, like that's kind of what I was gonna say.
It
Like
would have
if
had to
there
been, like,
was,
one
I
of those
couldn't tell
brief,
you.
Like,
Yeah.
you're the
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
stand-in, like, pitch hitter.
Yeah.
for
Oh,
a
it
minute.
definitely wasn't like I have a run. I think it was like a pinch hit type of thing. But either way, Al has been on this guy since close to when Kate's left. Like he was almost the guy who took the torch. I think if there was somebody, it's like Andrew said, he was just holding it for a second while Al, got on the airplane and came and picked it up. But Al has just been proving that he knows symbiotes, he knows Spider-Man, he knows comic books, which isn't too much of a surprise if you've read a lot of his stuff. I still herald Immortal Hulk with Joe Bennett's art as an insanely good run. Like it's crazy. It made me so sad. Okay, you read it, right? Immortal Hulk?
Yeah.
Okay. It made me so sad because we go through that entire 50-issue run with those two, with Bennett and Ewing, and they do all this crazy stuff with the Green Door and Bruce's psyche and all the connection to the Gamma. And we learn that it's not necessarily like a monster that Hulk is. It's this whole complex thing, and it's awesome. And it's like, wow, this is what comic books can be. The immediate next arc, they go, okay, Al and Joe are gone. Bye. Tune in next month for our next #1. I believe it was by Ryan Otley.
And they basically completely overrode.
Good, you did read. Yeah,
the
dude.
Entire
whole
run. It was like, because that Immortal Hulk. I remember back when Eric was still doing comic book reviews, weekly comic book reviews on his channel. Like Immortal Hulk was one of those books he was consistently praising. Like it was one of the better Hulk books in a long.
That makes me even
time.
more. That just makes the fact that Joe went to work for him even cooler. I didn't know that little tidbit. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, immediately, guys, they go, oh, the Hulk is just a rage machine, and now Banner pilots him like a rage mech, and I'm like, what in the actual hell are we doing? Like, are you kidding me?
They had just spent 50 issues expanding the lore and expanding the narrative quality and complexity to this character, and then they immediately decide to just dump dumb water on it.
Which,
right?
No, everybody loved it. Everybody was saying, why did you, even with the Joe Bennett stuff, it was like, why did you fire Joe? He was great. Bring him back. And then they just went, oh, and it was, I don't know. I've never gone back to, I was never really a Hulk guy. I liked that one a lot.
Nor was I, but it was that was a good book.
It was that good. But I've had no interest in him ever since they stopped talking about the Green Door, which is, a side note, that new Avengers book that's going on right now might be a sleeper hit when it's all said and done, because obviously I've been showing you and sharing with all of you out there occasional pages from it. It's not revolutionary. It's not the Hickman story, but it's fun. It's goofy. And in recent issues, they were looking for Banner. They're like, we need help. I don't know where he is. And they brought it back. Banner is now existing in the Green Door, and he's able to pull. It's going to get weird. I can't describe it right, but that means they're doing a good job. And I'm like, holy crap. Somebody remembered that the Hulk can be this metaphysical crazy thing. And I want more of that. But yeah, I'm really worried that book is going to be one that I went from talking mad shit on to going, fuck, this is really fun, guys. Please trust me. But new Avengers aside, let's get into the Marvel debut of Blue Shift here. No, I am kidding. It is a new
Blue Streak.
It is a new villain named Blue Streak, but I had a laugh to myself. I went,
I did chuckle. I turned the page and I did laugh. I was like, okay. So clearly they're leaning into, I guess, some level of realism here, because this is clearly not really a superpowered being, at least the way that I'm reading it.
He didn't seem like it, yeah.
And so that's why he has that kind of breathing mask and all of that, so that while he's going at high speed,
he's fast, exactly.
He's still getting proper oxygen.
It's just like a pilot,
body, right?
like an Air Force pilot,
exactly. So that's what they leaned into. But while I understood the utility and practical decision there, I really was like, man, remove the hose and just do something that's right here, because the rest of that helmet's pretty not bad.
It's not a bad design. It's a little generic, but you can build on that, right? You go, oh, yeah, that was his first suit. or whatever, and you go, okay, cool. Now let's customize it out. But I just laughed because I was like, a guy who goes really fast in a Spider-Man book. I was like, oh, Andrew, you got your thing out like if you'd have done it a day later, we would be looking at a copyright situation.
Right.
That was literally my first thought. But that is our kind of main villain-ish, I guess we could say, of the issue. Let's get into that.
They're still screwing up the credits page.
They are still. I'm glad you noticed that. I stopped bringing it up because I'm like, it's a losing battle. Guys, if you see that up there, all of that text up there is not supposed to look like that. It is supposed to look like regular text. It, for some reason, what it is, kind of what Andrew was talking about, if you go in and you look at the file really hard, actually, I can zoom in. Yeah, I'll do that. You can see it's a different layer. They haven't set the layers correctly. So like all of the, like celebrity columnist Rick Jones is for some reason higher up on the layer list. That's the one that comes through. I don't know why they don't flatten it or whatever, but this is, guys, this has literally been every fucking digital issue of all new book. Venom, and then now Venom. Like, it's bizarre. I don't know why they keep doing this.
Somebody's not even looking to check at this point.
How does we are, what was it, like 16, 17 issues into Ewing and Gomez's run here? Nobody went to them and said, hey guys, look, you screwed up this file upload. And it's crazy to me. But that's just they're taking another page out of the Rippaverse, right? You guys were the first to do fucked up printings of your books, and now they're like, hey, we want to get in on this.
No one has ever done it before us.
Nobody's ever done it.
We were the trendsetter.
So, as we meet back up with MJ and all of our crew, so right off the top of the bat, this is like one of the things I wanted to sort of talk about. Why I like this as a 250 is because we actually return to everything we were talking about throughout this entire run. We go back to Robbie and Luke and Rick, like,
we come full circle.
We really do. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, this was a big thing. So we fall back in. Basically, what we see here is that Doc Ock has been pardoned, and he is now in charge of, like, Scar and hunting symbiotes. Luke says, what the hell are you doing? There's a smarmy, shit-eating senator over there going, he's been pardoned. What do you want? And I did like this part right there where he's like, this man's a psychopath. He tried to blow up the city once or more than once, and he's personally threatened my family, my daughter. And he goes, really? When did I do that? And if you guys, it's the superior stuff, and it's pretty. That's a pretty good mention from Ewing, right? He knows that
callback.
Well, it's not only a callback. He remembers that Otto dumped all those memories, right? Like a lot of people forget that when he went back to Fatty Body, he got rid of everything, which is stupid. Don't get me wrong.
It is stupid, but it was a backpedal, it was a back step to his
for no reason.
Development.
For no reason. But it's a cards where it's a dealt situation, unfortunately. So with that, we check back in on MJ, and she is still trying to get her acting career back, or re-kickstarted, I guess is how you could say it. If you remember last issue, she was meeting with her agent, and her agent was like, if you don't take, I actually think it was this commercial, like, if you don't take this.
I think this was like the commercial that was mentioned to her.
I think, I don't remember like the details, but I'm sure her agent says something about like soap or whatever. But so like her agent was like, if you don't make that one, you're kind of done in show business. So we see that, for better or worse, MJ is back at it. Yes, it's low on the totem pole, but she even admits like we're trying here. We got to start at the bottom. What did they say? She even says like, hey, at least you weren't cast for your surname. If they could have gotten Emma, I wouldn't be here, which is pretty hilarious. Emma Watson. And so from there, Venom hears some sirens, and it's time to go into action. And I really love this little look. I like girls when they do this little bow anyway, but Paco Medina, who's filling in for this issue, he just made MJ look extra cute in it. And so when she does this transformation,
she's not quite as hot or sexy as
no,
but she looks cute as hell.
And I also think like that is sort of the point here. Like, I think if we saw Carlos draw this too, would have still been sexy Mary Jane, but like it's overalls. It's a cleaning commercial. I think
Yeah.
that was the point. And I'm glad they did that, right? Like leaned into the cuterness of it and kept it cute instead of going into like cute, sexy or whatever, like a J. Scott cover, which again, not bad, just different context, different visuals work.
Different tone.
Yeah, tone. There we go. You have this ability for taking everything I say and smashing it up into one word. But yeah, I love this little transformation sequence here. I don't think we've seen a full like MJ suiting up like that. I think we've seen like
we've seen her de-suiting.
She's been like popping out of it, be like, "Hi, let's talk." But I don't think she's done the like glorp up, and I just like that. Whether it's like a symbiote or the G Gundam suits, right? Like I just like liquid costume physic visuals. It's just I don't know if I'd wear one because that seems really gross to me, but it looks really, really, really cool.
It looks cool in a comic book and in an anime.
Exactly. So Venom leaps into action, but picking up from Venom 250, he still knows that, hey, we're wanted. We can't really go out here and just start running around, especially because Madame Mask is out there. So Venom goes, I have an idea. And he turns into Venom, and he goes, see, nobody will suspect Venom walking around. And MJ goes, but we can't fly. You really don't think they're going to see you webbing it up? And Venom goes, aha. Well, when I was with Dylan, he looked up a bunch of superhero stuff, and I remember something about Iron Man. And he fucking busts out the Iron Man skates, like the suit skates, which, when was that? That was like the 70s. Like that.
Dude, yeah, that's such an old deep cut that it's been buried for a very long time, like several decades. Like,
you guys know Iron Man is the flyer, put it that way, right? Like, so for there to have been a period where he was known as the guy with roller skates, it was probably like right when he came back from Vietnam, right? Like that's probably all he had when he came off the ship. But they cruise into action. They start skating down the street. They're seeing, we got to help out whatever's going on here. And that's when they meet Blue Streak. And it is, like Andrew said, doesn't seem to really have powers. He has skates and he can go super, super fast. And he has a golf ball cannon, which I don't know if that's like a temporary gimmick thing, or he's like, hey, I'm trying out this thing, have golf ball, or if it's like, this is really what I'm going to use. Either way, that's actually kind of terrifying, guys. Like high-speed golf balls.
A high-speed golf ball, that will kill you.
It will do, as we see. It will blow your fucking head up. Like, which...
And the cops are like, they just exploded Tony Stark's head.
So fires off the golf balls. I love this too. MJ says duck, and he's like, it's a golf ball. How hard can it? Boom! And it just
splat.
blows open his head, which great artwork here from Paco. And and it's like MJ points out, it's not the ball, it's the cannon. With that much force, anything acts like a bullet. But then it smashes through Venom, smashes into the cop's window. I like this because the cop goes, oh, the humanity! Tony Stark's head just exploded. And it's like, I don't think anybody would really say, oh, the humanity, but that's kind of like the funny of it. I don't know. I got a little like smile out of it. Like, I don't know. It worked out.
I mean, it brings to mind like old school newscasting or old school comic books even, where like that is the kind of language that was used.
Yeah. It's like in Superman, what the hey dude, right? Like it's kind of like a little throwback to that. And I think that is it. It's a throwback to that style, and that elevates the comic bookness of this issue in a good way, because this issue is so comic book. It's kind of ridiculous, because even from here they go, oh shit, Iron Man is down, we need backup. Everybody's losing their minds. While that's happening, Robbie and Luke are having lunch, and Luke's like, look, I need the symbiote stuff's getting out of hand. I need you to go talk to Venom. I know you know who it is. We got to settle this. And I actually did like this. Luke genuinely thinks that it is Rick. He's like, Venom is Rick Jones. Robbie doesn't say anything because, of course, Robbie's not going to. But Luke is like
protecting MJ's identity.
Exactly. But Luke is like, it's Rick, so go get him, and we're gonna take care of this. Then we get like literally, guys, turn the page, and we get this dumb little like slapstick moment where
That honestly, when I turned the page and looked down at that second panel, I was like,
I actually laughed at this. It was surprising. Like it's a very basic slapstick gag, but Alan and Paco made it work here. Like
they made it work, and they made it work
from Blue Streak to Venom to the cops coming after them to like Robbie and Luke just like sitting there, like seeing all three of them go by.
And then they both each get up independently of each other and like, all right,
like we gotta go. Yeah, yeah. That sounded like mayoral business, is what Luke says while he like gets up. But great little moment here from them. From there, we get MJ and Venom continue to pursue. They start using more like a grapply hook tech, anything to disguise that they're not Venom, even though, as MJ points out, like Iron Man has a head. That's what I liked here, is that Venom still tries to keep up the disguise, and MJ's like, if you're not going to put the head back on, like, just let it go. Like, nobody cares at this point.
Just don't bother.
We know it's us. And then he actually does, like, untransform out or whatever. But from there, we have... Unpolymorphs. Yes, exactly.
Or depolymorphs.
Depolymorphs. Whatever. They both work. It depends on what region you're from. But as they're pursuing, all of a sudden, Doc Ock and his Scar unit show up because they've got, reports of a symbiote in the area. And as they initiate their scan, they're locking down MJ, but Blue Streak thinks he's got away, but he hasn't. He runs into our man, Rick fucking Jones, who, if you guys remember, is now currently bonded with Toxin. Which I've been kind of out of Toxin. Like, I know he had his mini, and it's a good mini. I kind of, like, I don't know what happens to him until we see him again bonding to, like...
Well, because he's gone through a few hosts. One thing that really caught my eye on this panel, though, was... Paco draws him way bigger,
super buff,
than Carlos was drawing him in the last issue.
But saw him. You know what? Okay, he does, because if you guys remember, Rick, when he put it on, was just in his Bucky costume. Like it was form fitting to his like 6'2" athletic frame. So what I took from this is part of him playing the part that he always does. Like he's like, oh, I'm a symbiote. I gotta be big and strong, right? Like. And I'm like, oh, that's so goofy. Like, you're so stupid. I love it. Like, continue. You know what I mean? But but I did notice that, like, oh, you are significantly bigger. But in terms of all that Toxin stuff, I know we went through a few hosts. I didn't know he's like, there's no other way to put it. He's kind of retarded, right? Like he can't like link ideas together, right? He can't remember who he's hosted on currently. Like, I don't know where that happened. It's interesting.
That was that'll happen pre-Kate's run.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I come back in with Kate's run because that's when he's doing all the, symbiotes come together and the Maker and Normie and blah 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 blah. Just in between like 2004 and 2012, I have no idea where Toxin ended up in between there. But so like, for example, guys, what I'm saying is he jumps in front of Blue Streak and he goes like, Blue Streak saying like, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that go into my YouTube channel. And Toxin goes, I'm seeing the sweat. Now let's see the blood. And Rick goes, no, the line was see the tears. And then, when he yells at Toxin starts going, no, Pat, who is his first host, like, I can do this. And Rick is like, what are you doing? Either way, he's like, well, actually, it's not okay, because Rick asked him, like, are you okay? And Toxin is like, I can do this. Like, I can be the good, like, shut up. And he kind of just starts, I wouldn't say going rogue, but doing that thing where he's like tapping into Rick's emotions. Yeah, he's like tapping into Rick's emotions and playing with it. And it's not looking hot. So, like, I will admit this. It's good drama. I'm bummed because, like, I love Rick and I like this outfit. And I want and I know it's gonna be Toxin goes mad, whatever. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be good, but it's gonna suck. You guys know what we mean. But I will note this, and it's still interesting that they did it because I don't remember where it is, but when Blue Streak is like doing his whole chase, he does or Venom mentions it or MJ mentions it or something. Like they bring up Slide, right? Who, if you guys, or no, is it Slide or Screwball they bring up? I can't remember.
They bring up Slide.
Is it Slide? Okay, because Slide, if you guys can remember, is another villain who was introduced in like the Brand New Day or the One More Day era, Brand New Day era, who he wears a suit that basically negates all like friction. So he literally just woo! Even when Spidey tries to like grab him, he does the classic like cartoon thing and pops out.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they still used Blue Streak because he does run so close up to that, which is like, it's not bad. It's just interesting. I don't know what plans they might have for him. I'm not saying like this is your big new villain that we got to pump because he's going to be in a movie or anything. I'm not saying that. It's just like, well, now he's here. And it's interesting that you guys went with him instead of a Slide. Like, why not just use Slide? I'm pretty sure
we already have Slide.
He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. I can guarantee you he's not doing anything.
No, neither of them are.
But Doc lands. He says, look at that. We've got a symbiote. We're going to take him out. When MJ and Venom see that, they go, okay, quick meeting into the mindscape. I do like this too because MJ goes like
where she's like, make it quick, don't bother decorating.
No time to decorate.
Right?
We don't have time for the chains and the big cube. And he goes, I like the big cube. Yeah, I did like that. Like, but anyway, they meet and they're like, what's going on? Again, I think this is like only the second time we've really seen how they like talk like this, right? Like we saw it in that issue. But they were like fighting, and they were like,
the last time we saw it was when they addressed the big elephant in the room,
right? Which is I'm not Spider-Man. We don't want to. I'm not your friend. But that was like,
and addressed the whole trauma of showing up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, the thing that everybody complains about because they aren't reading this series. Otherwise, they would know that they talk about it. But yeah, like we saw them that time, but that was also more of a like formal. Remember, like Venom goes under the water tower and like zens out, and so I still like that. This exists. Like, this is what happens when you have a symbiote bonded to you. So I just like that they're playing into that. So with this, the reason MJ pulls him inside, she goes, okay, what the hell is going on? That's Doc Ock, and he just showed up, and he's the hero. He's the good guy. He's on the side of like law. Well, he doesn't look like a good guy. And so MJ goes, if he doesn't, she has like a beat, and she goes, if they don't look like the bad guys, or if they look like bad guys and they're trying to be good and they say they're the good guys, well, if they say we're bad guys, let's look like a good guy. And who's the goodest guy we know? Who has this always been about? Maybe it's time we admitted it. And maybe it's time we let everyone see it. So he's Doc's going out for Rick, definitely like about to like choke him out, at least to knock him out, when all of a sudden we get a monologue that should be familiar to lots of you, where all of a sudden Doc Ock hears, "Let go of that man," and he goes, "Who?" And the figure goes, "Who am I? You sure you want to know? Because if somebody said it was a happy story, somebody lied." Which, guys, that is the intro to the first Raimi Spider-Man movie, but it's also truncated, like it's shortened down. And I point this out because I used to know that opening monologue by heart. Oh, yeah. Right? And it was one of those things in high school, too, that all of my friends would go, "Oh, you can do it. Like, say the line, Bart." And I would go, do you think that's me? No, not him or whatever. Like, that's me, Peter Parker. And so, like, it's ingrained in my, like, soul. Oh, so as soon as I saw that, like, "Who am I? You sure you want it?" And I go, "Oh, hell yeah." And now, let me put this to you, Andrew, before we flip to the real chunk of this. But I saw lots of people going, "This is so stupid. Why would they even reference it? Like, there's no connection here." And I'm like, because it's fun.
It's a comic book. Because fan service is fun. You like
it doesn't have to be deeper than that. Exactly.
No, you know what? Shut up, dork.
Yeah, shut up, nerd. Long live the Legion, all right? Get Silver Age with us. This is amazing. This is exactly what you want, right? Like, I'm telling you, Andrew, if we get a book within the next like 5 years where I turn the page and whether it's fucking Superman or Mary Jane or fucking Paul and they're eating like a planet for strategy, I'm gonna that's the book of the year of forever. I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna go, here we go. Foil variant is over. It is now whatever this book was.
It's done, yeah.
But with all that, as Doc is getting taken aback, we flip the page, and Spider-Man is on the scene. So this is what MJ and Venom were talking about. They have altered their appearance to take on a more Spider-Man-y look, a more MCU-y Spider-Man-y. I don't know. I don't think that really matters. I just noticed that because he puts like the weird black lines on like the top of his gloves. That's just me
and
being
on the knees.
And on the knees. That's admittedly just us, or at least just me going like,
no, I'm with him.
Okay, cool. But so like, it's not MCU synergy, but it's still just like, it's too close. I don't want anything to do with it. But
it reminds me a little bit though of Ben Carnage.
It is super Spider Carnage. I actually thought it was going to be Spider Carnage because Paco and Carlos have been sharing previews of this design for like months now.
Yeah.
All we know is that it's a symbiote who looks like Spider. We didn't even know it was technically Venom until like 2 weeks ago. And so I was like, oh shit, are we getting Venom like, are we going to get Ben? Are we going to do Spider Carnage? Which, fine. It's not like there's anything left to screw up with this character. Like, that would at least be cool.
Say, what else are you going to do at that point?
Right?
I do actually like, and I'm curious to see how some people are going to react because in the last, whatever week or two that this page has been circulating, there's been the usual goons saying, "Oh, this is stupid."
Good. Yeah.
What are they doing? Just making him, just making him Spider-Man. Blah blah blah. It's like, no. Always just read the book.
Always read it.
Yes, it's not actually Spider-Man. You retard.
Like, did you actually think it was going? And also, like, a lot of people are
a bait and switch for marketing.
And a lot of people are acting like, oh, this is what they're doing now. And I'm like, for the issue or two, like,
probably for next issue.
Like what do you? I don't know. Like, you and I have been running into this so much. It's like all of you people claim to love and read comic books, and yet you don't understand like what happens in comic books, right?
Yeah.
Like, yes, they.
You speak like somebody who only saw a few preview pages on Twitter and didn't actually read the book.
No, that's not fair. They didn't read the book and they heard somebody else give their read of the preview on social media.
Yeah, that's it. This is probably just some, Antifa plant, right?
Oh, absolutely. This is the woke. Okay, guys. See, woke never died. It's still in full swing. Things have not gotten better. This is woke. I don't even know how it could, like, I can't even formulate a joke as to how Spider-Man Venom could be woke. Like, I
can't. I can't even. And it's funny, and maybe it's the petty part of me, because I do have that. Maybe, just maybe, I'd be okay, because we all know, we said this from the beginning when it was initially revealed that MJ was the all-new Venom, right? It was always going to be temporary.
Oh,
everything's going to come back around full circle because this is the house of status quo. They can't ever run with anything new for any significant length of time.
They really can't,
They always
guys.
go back to the well of used ideas because they let them soak.
I mean,
probably in some brine for a little while.
And they're like, and it's sort of like, just to add to that, they're sort of the like, oh, it's a family recipe, so it has to be the good. Like, we have to go back to status quo because that's what it, like. That's how my pappy came up and how we got all big. Like, what? But it's like, I was thinking about this the other day. You and I always make our joke about Secret Wars, about how, oh, that was going to be Crisis, but then they eared away and it really only brought Miles.
They bitched out.
Right. I can't really think. Somebody posed a question to Exalted Speed on Twitter. Shout out Speed. And they were like, what big changes have really happened in like the Marvel universe in the last 20 years? They're like, Batman got a son, Superman got 3 kids, like the Flash got married again and had another kid. They're like, all of this stuff is happening. Like, DC actually, whether we like them now or not, or how they were introduced, they have a lot of successor heroes that they could potentially play with going into the future. Marvel doesn't really. And they asked Speed, like, what is the biggest thing that Marvel's gotten? And I don't even remember what Speed said. I think he said like Luke Cage's kid, but that, like, they don't even let her grow up. Like she is still a baby.
And conversely to that, look at Black Lightning and his family.
Right?
Oh, his kids are all grown up. They're heroes in their own right.
And we've actively watched them grow up. Like, it's so insane that Marvel just does not want to move forward, which is a bummer. Like, I know Clone Geek talks about it a little too harsh sometimes, but he does bring up how a lot of the stuff won't matter anymore. And like, oh, they're going to do the storyline. It's not going to matter in a year or two, which we talked about it last week. It's like, yes, that's what comics do. We all kind of understand that on a level, but Marvel is sort of taking it to another level where they'll go.
Marvel takes that kind of idea of stagnation or stasis or status quo and just cranks it up to 13.5.
Dude, I just realized it. Like we were talking about it earlier. Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Like you did not need to go.
They literally dialed the time. They dialed the clock back on his character growth
By an issue, guys. Like you go,
just from one issue to next, from the end of one arc, one run to the start of the next one. What the hell?
Completely gone, right? Like it's so bad.
But what I was getting at is, honestly, at this point, with all the bitching that's been done and how good of a job Al Ewing and Carlos Gomez have been doing, I'd be, as long as it was still of quality, I'd be down with running with MJ as Venom even longer. Not permanently, but for longer, I'm here for it. Like, why not? Maybe it was only meant to be, I don't know, 24 issues or something like that. I don't know.
Let her be 50 or something. Yeah.
You know, like
when Bucky was Cap, right?
Yeah.
Like
as long as Al Ewing continues his quality and the stories are still fun and the stories still feel more Spider-Man stories than a lot of Spider-Man books we've read in recent years.
Seriously.
Then, you know what? Why the hell not? Because I'm just a comic book fan and I wanna have a fun comic book.
And at this point, like this is everything we every time we talk about Venom, it kind of exemplifies everything you theoretically, reader, viewer out there would want out of like a comic book, right? It respects old canon. It respects who these characters are. It does not. Ewing in his run so far has done no backtracking. There's been no retconning of anything, even of any old like Kate's lore or anything. Like nothing has changed. Al is doing
if anything, he's just respected or built upon existing things, and in a lot of cases, like called back to like a lot of more deep cut lore.
Dude,
like,
roller
really
skate Iron Man. That's insane to me. Like that's absolutely bonkers. But you know, like all of that work, good drama, good. I mean, you already summed it up. I'm just repeating you. Like it's a good Spider-Man book, and we haven't really gotten this in ages. And it's kind of like this is sort of sad because, okay, I saw the sales numbers from last month. That would be October. All of the like top 20 books, 18 DC, 2 Marvel, Amazing, Ultimate Spider-Man. That's fucking insane. And dude, like
if the last time that happened was when DC Rebirth first popped.
Yes, exactly. And the New 52, like just that area, that was the only time they overtook. And that's because both of those were like giant fucking thing. Like New 52, huge reboot. Rebirth, we're bringing back like all the old universe. And oh, hey, by the way, Dr. Manhattan's here. That's kind of crazy, right? Like everybody's going to lose their minds for that. But I sat there after that and I went, okay, that sounds crazy. But if I think about it, honestly, Andrew, like outside of our Ultimate stuff, what do you and I really like blow out about in Marvel? Like obviously Venom, you and I have loved Venom. And that's what I was getting at. Like Venom has been A+, but everything else you and I read, like we read Ultimates, we read Spider-Man.
Uncanny.
Okay, Uncanny. Okay, yeah, I'll give you Uncanny. Yeah, Uncanny.
Uncanny, and that's basically it.
And that's
as far as like us being genuinely jazzed
right. There's
for a book that should be like a big book,
right, and
rather than like a kind of under the radar book,
or even just a book where we're like, that was cool. Like that was, for example, we read Fantastic Four this week, which it's a heist or a reverse heist story with Felicia and Invisible Woman. It's really fun, guys. It's a great one-shot sort of episodic story. That's how Andrew used it earlier. There's not a lot to talk about. I'm not blown away. I'm not going to go, oh shit, everybody needs to go see my girl Sue in action. But I had fun with it. And that is unfortunate. Like that is good for like us as like seasoned readers. But that also communicates to me like how or how do I put this? It feels like a How the Mighty Has Fallen situation, because it's like, when I think about the things we talk about, Superman, Impulse Point, World's Finest, even from my end, our Batman talks,
I would love
right?
to see numbers on that first back weight issue.
Of Flash. Oh my god, it's got to be
genuinely curious.
It's nowhere. It is nowhere. It's on Midtown. That's the only place, right? Like,
yeah.
Which of course it's fucking Midtown. That might as well be like the American comic book store at this point. Sadly, like,
yeah,
which is insane. But I don't know. Like, there's something just to, I guess, keep our like brains or like on our brains. It's like, what's going on with them, right? Because like, why? And I think you and I have what we've essentially done over our show tonight, at least, is like, we've laid out all the ingredients and all the tools and everything. We're just like, what does this make? Like, okay, we'll start assembling everything. We don't know. We know we'll have food. We don't know what kind of food we're going to have at the end of this. Like, we genuinely have no idea what kind of stove or whatever we're building. But it's like the status quo of it all, the meh of it all, the like they're doing a whole line-wide event right now for the X-Men, and nobody cares. I literally hear
nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about One World Under Doom.
Which
I completely forgot is still happening.
It's still happening. It's the
most inconsequential event since I don't know, War of the Realms.
No, since Blood Hunt.
Even
since
Blood Hunt. Blood Hunt.
Oh my God, War of the Realms. Don't even. That book made me that event specifically made me angry because it did the thing, obviously, like the main books went into it, like they tied in, but it's like, oh, New York is all ice and we're all fighting frost giants, and I'm like, who fucking cares? Like who cares? That was a really bad event.
Let Thor deal with it. I don't care.
It's Thor. What am I supposed to do? This is a Thor level threat. I'm Spider-Man. I'll help get people out of the way. But
he was there though.
He was. Oh, thank God.
For no reason. Yeah. Oh, thank God we have Peter Parker. But
then don't remember they did This was also stupid too, where they were like, "How do we fight the legions of the realms? We have our Asgardian vault. Like, grab a bunch of weapons." And like I remember Spider-Man grabs like a Viking helmet and like an axe or whatever. And I'm like,
yeah,
you literally did Fear itself, where you guys got custom fucking Asgardian weapons. What are we doing here? And now you just give him an axe? Like, come the hell on, guys. Come the hell on. I mean, Zero says House of Ideas, fresh out of ideas, House of no ideas, House of bad ideas, like
House of Status Quo.
House of Status Quo, unfortunately. The cool things we do get are few and far between. Like this. Like, honestly, this.
Yeah, like this.
And like, to you guys out there, like, to be clear, when I first saw this, I had that same reaction. I went, really? Really? I don't even know what the hell this is, but this is what we're doing?
Yeah.
But I went, okay, but this is Al Ewing. This is Venom. Let's see how it plays out. Right?
Yeah. Let's see what he cooked.
Nobody here is saying that you need to like anything that comes out. Or if you see something, and when we say don't judge, we're not saying you have to like it, but we're saying
I raised my eyebrow when I first saw this page, and I was like, what are we doing here, Al?
I did too, and then like I sat on it, and I was like, you know what though? I think I like it. I think again, as a temporary like turn, I like this. If they were like, this is Venom now, Venom has had like his brain messed up and he now thinks he's Spider-Man, or I'd be like, no. Like, this
what's even more fun about this now in context, and the thing is, like, if you are a comic book reader, especially with the big two, you have to take things into context. Part of that is context, the quality that a book has already been up to that point.
Yeah.
So that's why both you and I were like, yeah, but this is Al Ewing. All right, let's see what he cooked, right?
He's
earned that trust.
I mean, we've done the same thing with Gail Simone. And
we've done it for Gail Simone, we can do it for Al.
And it only backfired on us once. I remember there's an issue, I think it's like issue 2 of the Penumbra storyline, has them on, like, the cover is them in their Penumbra outfits, and Logan has a really fucking dumb one. It's like it's like not even a half, it's like up to here, that's his shirt, like his nipples are all, it's really dumb and it's really gay, and I remember both of us went like, what the hell, like, what are we doing? This is, what the hell? And then that's like one of the best storylines we've read in just general comic books.
That was a really, really great X-Men. Oh,
Miss Henrietta. Miss Henrietta. I love
Miss
you to death.
Henrietta is...
Woo!
She's chef's kiss. I like her quite a lot.
I do declare. I'm going to hate it when they finally like revive her in 20 years and make her an official X-Men member or whatever.
Oh,
you know it's going to happen.
No, we don't. Oh, stop. Shut up. I don't want to hear it because they'll do exactly that.
They'll do exactly that.
But the other context is thinking about, okay, so what can they cook with this moving forward? Because you got to think, eventually, though he's not around right now, Peter's going to come back to New York from his ventures in space. And he's going to come back from New York and he's going to find out that Ben Reilly's been posing as him. He's going to find out that Norman Osborn has been posing as him. He's going to find out that MJ as Venom has been posing as him.
I didn't realize that. Fuck.
And he's going to have words for all of them.
And like...
You're right? Am I right?
Dude, and it's... I hope you are, because I'm everything that's coming to mind, it's like... that's such the range of emotions too, right? Like you can go, MJ and Venom were trying to do the right thing, but like, and they were doing like good, but they were kind of misguided. And then you go to Ben, where it's like he doesn't really doing anything. Scared
people.
And they scared people. And then you go to Ben, it's like he was kind of just a dick, and he kind of like walked in my shoes, which like don't do that, but you didn't actively like go out to hurt me. And then you have
didn't like sabotage him or anything.
But then you have Norman, who even though they're good, I 400% bet you Pete's not okay with that. Like just in an emotional reaction moment, he's not going to be okay with Norman going around being a spider person. Especially if the spider kids and Silk get to him first, right? And they go like, hey, we stopped him. We don't know. So like that would be cool. And now I
just hope that, because the expectation, the easy way out with that would unfortunately be, just as you said, the other spider folk get to Peter first. They tell him, hey, like Norman was wearing your shit.
Yeah.
And like posing as you, and we like fought him and stopped him, whatever. Like obviously very deliberately not giving all of the context, right? And then Peter then has an emotional reaction. Then he goes to Norman and he probably tries to beat the crap out of him.
Yep.
And that breaks Norman. And then Norman becomes a bad guy.
Oh my God. Please don't.
I don't. But that's the easy way.
That is the easy way. That is the easy way. And
I really hope that's not what we get. I really hope that that's not what we get, because that's too easy. That's like, please subvert my expectations.
But Andrew,
right now my expectations are that stupid path.
Everything you just said hits on very fundamental, like core things to Spider-Man as a property, right?
I know.
Your evil goblin, your spider friends, the heartbreak, the betrayal.
I said it.
But okay, I just want to add this to this, because this is what's on my head. Well, you're going like, that's the easy way. I don't know. The entire time I was going into my brain and I went, who could stand in the way of this? The editor. Who's the spider editor right now? Oh, that's fucking right. It's Nick Lowe. This is probably already on the, like, you've probably just cracked it. I would not be surprised if you just cracked their plans.
I probably just laid out exactly what's going to happen.
Which is such a bummer. Damn. Man, even before that, I wish we could see just like Norman and Ben interacting with Venom. And then, so like, when Pete comes back, it's a complete, like, hold on, we all have the context. You don't. Like, that would be really interesting to me. And
that'd be a subversion of expectations.
And all these dynamics that are going around, like MJ, the love, the arch nemesis, the clone, like, oh my God.
It'd also be a great way, but unfortunately Nick Lowe,
I know.
doesn't believe that anybody actually wants Peter and MJ together.
If we get anything cool, even close to this, it's going to be by trickery and by the grace of God. Like somebody is going to have to wordplay over the script they send to him, and then they'll have to like text the artist and be like, hey, plan A, like do plan A, and they're like, okay, gotcha.
I got you. Yeah, right. Because the thing is, like, you could have a reconnection with Peter and MJ come out of this actually quite easily, because
quite good.
This was always a part, and freaking Al Ewing was freaking building towards this, or no, it was
Spencer
Kelly. Kelly was in Ebon War.
Oh yeah, and
So
that was Kelly, yeah.
when Peter bonded with Venom again, right, temporarily, and MJ saw them like that, right, that brings back some memories, right? Because that was always a blockage, a blockage in the connecting points for them, because look, that there was some crap that went down, right? And so now she's been literally in his shoes in a whole new way.
Yeah.
And so
In his brain,
she
even.
can reconnect with him in honestly probably even a deeper level,
You have the ability here to have them reconnect with,
because she's pushed past her trauma now.
well, even if she doesn't
when it
necessarily
comes to the symbiote,
push past it, she has a better understanding of it, which, like, I could see that, you know, obviously I want the best for them, like, as on a human level, but as a writer, I could see using that as sort of that's a classic sort of Spider-Man drama point, right? Where it would be MJ, they reconnect, they have this better understanding from sort of being in each other's shoes to a certain extent. And MJ really, really does think and want and consider herself to be like past it and like moved on, but she's not. And it like slowly is like, I don't want to say like destroying the relationship, because I don't, in the 80s, I would have said destroy, because there was a chance that you could bring them back together and it would be fine. But if we get them together at all in 616, Peter doing the fucking like the look meme is going to be enough for an editor to go like, okay, they're divorced again, right? So like you don't want to run up against that. But yeah, you could do just like the little cracks. Like, why are you being so snippy? Like, what happened there? Like, that's not you. Like, what's happening? And MJ and Peter clashing and roiling, but like there's so much that could be done there. It's good. But we have Nick Lowe. Like that is literally the only. As soon as I remember that now, like all the wind is sucked out of my sail, because it feels like Monkey's Paw, right? Like we could say this and go like, look, we have everything set up. We have it all set up. And then it's going to Monkey's Paw, and then it'll Monkey Paw, like all the fingers will curl. And then like Peter dies in space off page, and it's Miles who has to fight Hellgate or something or whatever.
Gosh.
And then it's the Miles and Hellgate book. I don't fucking know, but like either way,
2 characters nobody cares about in the comics.
Either way, at least we have what we have with Venom and everything we've got so far. It really sucks that we have to go like, hey, at least what we got has been good. No idea about the future, but at least this is going to be good. Or like, I have no confidence in the future. It sucks. I don't know. I don't really have anything to add
Sometimes
to that.
you just have to enjoy what's in front of you. If it's good, like
Right.
if it's good, enjoy it. You don't have to enjoy something that's crap. And in the spirit of intellectual honesty.
I mean, we dropped Supergirl like very hard.
Yeah, like I bought that whole first arc, but I only read the first half of it.
And I read the rest of it. And even then, even with me just like trying, nah, man, just can't do it. It's that bad.
Yeah, it is not good.
But all right, that's all we really have for Venom, I believe. Really, really good. Al, keep cooking. Carlos,
Absolutely
I miss you.
fun
Come on
book.
back. Paco, I still like you in general, but damn it, Carlos, come back. This is your book. But
Yeah, that's a high bar, man. Like having Carlos Gomez on any Spider book is automatically a high bar. The only way you match that is with like Ebon.
yeah, kind
Or
of.
Chichetto.
Well,
or
it's funny.
Fermin Ramos.
Well, it's funny
you know?
because I actually like Paco Medina a really fair amount. Like I think he has that right sort of
I think his work is really
like
good.
like it's that right balance of like real and cartoonish. Like he does it right where things are soft but they're not chubby or chibi or like he does it just right. And normally when I see him on a book, I go, yes, a Paco book. But I laughed to myself because I went, oh, Paco? Like, where's Carlos? Like, oh, that's a different reaction. But all right, I think that is all we've got for Spider-Man. We'll see you next month, MJ and Pete and all of our lovely symbiote friends. With that said, why not hop over here? Why not go over to the Ultimate Universe, tap into a book we haven't really been talking about a lot. Let's catch up with some
I think we
Ultimate
only covered
Wolverine.
the first couple.
Yeah,
right?
so that's where I was going to sort of start us off here is you guys might remember we were covering this for the like first 3 or 4 issues. We got up to the or we actively covered on stream the issue where they find Jean Grey being like suspended and having all the things like plugged into her. Off of that, we've still been reading it. We just haven't talked about it. And because mostly when Wolverine comes out, there's something, there's a Venom, there's something, and it just takes all of our time away.
It's usually something where like we have to triage because we're not trying to be here for 5 hours.
Yes, seriously.
So,
and you guys know
we're trying
us,
to keep it to the 2 and 2.5, and we can easily do the 5 hours if we don't pay attention.
I mean, but we do it anyway because we do our show and then we hang out and we're like, oh shit, we should probably go to bed. Oh, yep, all right, see ya.
Yeah. Like, oh shoot, those are all the new books from next week.
And then we start like looking at the covers and going, remember that, and it's bad. It's basically this show 24/7. Yeah. Anyway, to that point, we have been reading this book. Obviously, there's been stuff that takes our attention in terms of talking to you guys. We've brought up Wolverine time, like here and there, we've mentioned it because the general consensus between the two of us is Andrew has really been liking Ultimate Wolverine, sort of since the jump, I believe, right? Like, I don't think you were hesitant at all.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a single issue where I genuinely didn't like it. I know that there was maybe 1 or 2 things in 1 or 2 issues
where
I was like, I didn't like that. But I mean, you're almost never gonna have a perfect book, right?
Yeah,
where you agree with every
never.
single decision made, right? That's
right.
impossible.
So that's pretty normal. But
otherwise, I've really enjoyed the book. This is my. Some months it's my second, some months it's my third favorite Ultimate book of the ones that I'm reading.
Which is fair considering
it and Ultimates flip-flops because Ultimates has kind of flip-flopped in terms of its quality.
If that book doesn't pull itself together either in the last 2 issues or in Endgame, I'm going to be so confused because why did you do it like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why'd you lose so much focus? I don't know. But on my end, right, like, I really liked when we first, like, the first couple issues, and then I started I wouldn't say souring on it, or, actually, no, wait, I would say souring, not to the point of, like, I don't like the book, but it's definitely been my least favorite of the Ultimates because it feels the least different to me, the least experimental, the least, like, alternate reality, right, like, oh, it's Logan. Yeah. He's Weapon X again. Oh, there's Creed. He's Sabretooth again. Oh, there's Gambit. It was, to me, it was just like, this is a 616 story, which I pointed this out to you. I don't know if anybody saw that out there yesterday because it's Twitter and whatever. But if this story that is going on in Ultimate Comics or Ultimate Wolverine was in 616, I'd probably be all about it. Like, it is a good story. I just personally, like, on my end, and it's just a taste thing. It's just like, wrong venue, right? It's like bringing a hot dog to a ballroom, which is like, it's not wrong with that, but maybe get the hot dog afterwards or something. So that's like been our take on the general premise. I know both of us have sort of been kind of just like bored's not the right word, but the last few issues up until I'd say probably either the last one or the issue before that.
Issues moved like really slow. Like,
it was like
slow. This was already a much slower paced book than the rest of the Ultimate line, at least that I'm reading.
Oh yeah.
But then like there was like 2 or 3 issues in a row that was really slow.
There's that one issue.
We're building.
There's like
here.
that one issue, and I think it's right after that Phoenix one where like Logan has like an inside journey like in his brain or whatever, and like he's like going through his memories and his emotions and stuff, and that was where I was like, that was where I like kind of tapped out in a sense, because I'm like, what? This is boring. Like, it's just how many times do I have to go look through Logan's head? Like we've done it before. Like, shut up. But so it kind of started dragging a little bit. Then in these like last 2 to 3 issues, this one included, we've finally gotten back to like the plot, and things are actually kicking up now. And all that said, with this issue here, this is what I want. Like, this is good. This was a good issue. This issue was pretty crazy.
This
like,
issue shocked me.
Not only did it shock me, but it finally delivered on that stuff I was just talking about, right? Like, we finally have something that is, this is your differentiator between everything, right? Because like when we look at the other teams or the other books, you can kind of go like, what's that one or two core differentiator things between you and 616? For Peter, it's like you're married and you didn't get your powers until you were older. For T'Challa, it's vibranium is sentient and there's an ancient like cult that has been surrounding it forever. For the X-Men, it's, oh, you're not like the X-Men, you're like Japanese school kids doing a version of the X-Men, but you're all kind of localized over there. Ultimates is an underground guerrilla resistance group. This for Wolverine, this to me is like, oh, that is the big difference now between you and the 616. And I want to see how we, and that makes me sad, Andrew, because this is, we're what is it for Wolverine's only going to be like 12? Yeah,
I think it's only 12 or 13 issues.
We're almost done. Like we're done with this. And then he's obviously a big part of Endgame. Yeah. But like, I'm bummed now because I'm like, damn it. Like, I want more of what we got in this issue. Like, this is the stuff.
Well, I think what we get out of the end of this issue is probably what his big motivator is going to be for him joining the fight.
Joining the Ultimates. Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. I actually didn't put that together. That is a really good point.
Because otherwise, like, they're isolated over there from the other stuff.
Every book right now, surprisingly, is kind of isolated from everybody else. And that's a credit to everybody, right? To Hill, to Hickman, to Momoko, because it just takes one little thing, right, guys? You and I talk about this all the time. Like, oh, somebody saw Mayday, the Storm Japanese girl. Like, if you could have a scene in X-Men where she like goes into the sky and she like shocks, like does a big old lightning bolt and everybody sees it. Well, now if you do that, you have to address it over in New York and in Eurasia, and that's all got to play, and it gets really, really dirty and messy because then you got to talk about it in Endgame. Here, they've kept it all just low enough. Well, until this issue, probably they've kept it all just low enough that you could reasonably see all of this as like local conflicts. You know what I mean? Like it's just like X-Men is it's a rural village in Japan. Spider-Man, it's basically just New York and only New York City. So, yeah, like that. I like that they've kept it all separate. Ultimate or Incursion aside, fuck that entire book. I hate it so much. I don't ever. If that comes back into play, I'm gonna be so very mad at like everybody involved at Marvel. Yeah. Mike says I've wanted to check this book out for so long. Well, you got your chance. Like we said, you got one issue left. I wouldn't just jump into this one. This is what. I don't think anybody can read any Ultimate book, really. Or I think you can read X-Men and Spider-Man just on their own. If you're like, I don't know anything, I don't really care, I just want a Spider-Man book, I want an X-Men book. The others, you need the context of like Ultimate Universe, that one shot that they'll never collect, and the Invasion like mini-series, which are all good, Mike, and everybody else out there. It's just, you're going to have a reading list ahead of you if you want to truly appreciate everything. Oh, hey, I didn't notice that Magic's Tail makes devil horns over there on Colossus. It's called foreshadowing, folks. Or not really foreshadowing, but theming, I guess. So, with all that, basically, oh gosh, I got to do like a really quick like whole run wrap up, because Ultimate Wolverine, like I said, like Andrew and I said, we're near the end here. So what this book has been is essentially Wolverine, or Logan, is kind of one-to-one to the Logan we know back in the 616, you know, born feral or born with his powers.
He's very Weapon X
Yeah,
Logan.
and that's where we sort of start with him, is he is, well, actually, and this was what I liked, he wasn't Weapon X, he was Winter Soldier for them. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's a cool little change. And so he was, you know, set him out on assassination missions, do that. Eventually, as always happens with Logan, he starts regaining some of his memories, starts realizing like, oh, these are the bad guys, they've been using me for evil to kill. I don't think so. He breaks out. He goes and he meets up with the Eurasian Mutant Resistance Group, who their members are wide-ranging, but their main ones are I know it's Gambit. Is that Kitty, right? Like it's Gambit and Kitty, right? Like
yes.
they're the couple.
It's Gambit and Shadowcat. Yeah.
Gambit and Kitty. Or Red Guardian is there. Natasha is there. We see a few others spattered about in background scenes and such, but Wolverine links up with them, and where we have been in recent issues is we learn that the Resistance's leader is actually what's his name? Is it Mikhail? Yeah, Mikhail Rasputin.
Mikhail.
Mikhail. Colossus and Magic's older brother. He was in charge of the whole Eurasian kingdom. Everybody thought he died. He actually, faked his death to go lead a resistance against the Maker, against all of this. So that's been the big thing in recent issues, is we learn about Mikhail, we see Logan joining up, and we're sort of building to them getting ready to strike. Meanwhile, we've also started seeing Magic and Colossus pick up on their scent, if you will, right? Like, they know something's happening, they know they're on the move. Let's send intel out there. And so in issue 11 here, we're sort of getting the climax of both of those plans coming to a head, right? Like, the Rasputin's getting info and the Resistance resisting, I guess you will. So trust me, it doesn't get any better than that. Like from here, guys. Actually, I could have just started with the issue. It really just recaps it all here in the very beginning. It does kind of recap
things, but that's all right.
But yeah, basically this is all telling you guys all the same things I just told you, except we get the extra development that they have. I keep like in my head, I keep like going like Piotr and Colossus and then Ilyana and Matt, and it like scrambles in my brain and I can't keep it right. But so we learn that Colossus and Magic have actually found the Resistance, and Logan gets into it in a little bit, but it's so like no shit, because up until like last issue, the Resistance had been completely mobile and guerrilla. Like, they stayed in one place maybe a night and then they kept going. They got cocky and now they like posted up at a base and they went, haha, we've got him. What they do, this is just fucking crazy, right? They make a bomb out of a psychic's brain. I don't think,
which is freaking gnarly.
I don't think it's Phoenix, or it's a cloned one. I couldn't really tell what that was.
It's either a cloned one or it's somebody
just
else's.
Like, somebody else's.
At another point,
they do say
one Dr. Bitch says, hey, should we actually like try and
use the Phoenix brain
one?
For that? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But what it is it's a brain that, it's guided by a psychic, obviously, or it is a psychic's brain, so it's alive. It can get through anything, any senses undetected, obviously, like trick a radar, trick humans. And then once it is in the area, it just boom. Like it not only does like a physical explosion, it does like a mental explosion too. And you are all just your brains are wax, your body is broken, and it's gone. And so with that information and the weapon ready, they come up with this plan, which is like, I don't know, this is so or like comic booky that I really love it, where they're like, all right, we have the bomb on a payload. Are we ready to attack them? And they go, yep. How are we getting there? Magic just opens a portal. It's like, no time, no travel time, no stealth. Don't worry about that.
Yep.
You're in, you're the fuck. Like, the whole mission, they don't say it, but they're talking like
get out.
It lasts like 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
Like from going into this portal right here to touching back down on the base in front of them, that's so ridiculously cool. But
that's very comic book,
right? Like, I kind of really love that. I would love it a little more if that brain was alive and we like knew who it was, right? Like that would be like over the top comic. Imagine if it was like one of the Cuckoos, right? Like oh yeah, like I'm ready to like help my sisters. Like, let's do this or whatever. And whoa, that's fucking crazy. Like, like fanatical, even in disembodiment, if you will. So we from there we check in with Logan, and we learn a couple issues ago, Sabretooth was like, I gotta leave. Like, I can't be here with the Resistance, because he is concerned for 2 mutant kids. One of them being Leech, and the other one is like an X-Men kid. I forget who it is, but they're known quantities. But he's basically going, they're young, they have a chance after all of this. I can't have them in this war zone, which is an interesting. I will admit that's an interesting flip, right? Because that's normally Logan.
Huge change.
That's normally
Logan. Huge
Logan.
Change from what we would normally expect from
and like
from Sabretooth.
He even to the point where like Logan goes like, "Do you want my help?" And he goes like, "No violence. Like, I'm just getting out." And it's like, whoa, okay, all right. Like, different Sabretooth here. But Sabretooth calls in, checks in. He's like, hey, I just wanted you to know we made it. We're out, in the Canadian border. Like, we're not under threat anymore. And Logan goes, I'm glad, I'm good. Like, I'm happy for you. But we're kind of what I was saying before. We're staying at one base and I don't trust it. And like, I think something bad is going to happen. And dude, sure enough,
something really bad does happen.
Wolverine is here. He's just sort of, having kind of more than anything, it's just like a chat with a good friend, right? Like, yeah, Logan's frustrated, but it's like, I'm still just talking to my buddy, right? Like he's kind of like ping-ponging around ideas, yada, yada. And all of a sudden he sniffs something and he sees it's the fucking plane and it warps in. Nobody knows what it is. He yells at everybody to evacuate. So they start the evacuations. This is pretty cool. I didn't know this was a Sentinel capability for this universe, but Logan goes like, hey, Sentinel, over here. And he basically steps into it like a mech. Like it is a Gundam. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. Even here, Andrew, in panel 4, like that takeoff pose, that feels so like Gundam anime. Like instead of just like rocket taking off, right? It's like boom, like you're charging up.
And specifically, that's like very G Gundam.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Because the other Gundam series, because of the way that they're piloted, it would be a little less dynamic and
it would be more dynamic than like a rocket ship, but less dynamic than this.
Correct. Yeah, like this is just straight shonen.
Like
right,
a Gundam would do like the chest forward, right? Like it would look like Superman, basically, instead of just like a statue going straight into the air. But this one is like actively mobile and like joints and able to move around. So I really like this page a lot. And like, even now, recounting it to all of you out there, like I feel the same sense of Harrow that I felt when I was reading this, because you see Logan, we know that this weapon is destructive. We saw that it's here. They got that plan off. Holy shit. How do we get out of here? It's up to Logan and the Sentinel. Okay. This is comic books. It could happen.
Yeah. I half expected him to catch that plane out of the sky.
I really fucking did too. So he launches up and by the way, guys, just as you take in the sequence with us, like I love all the art here. It's really, really good for
the art in this book.
The
like,
pacing is perfect for it.
Well, like even though you haven't up to this point like enjoyed the book as much as me, the thing that you have consistently praised is the art in this book has just been beautiful.
It has been so good.
I think they had a guest artist on one issue.
That was the Brain issue that I was talking about. Yeah, and he was fine, and I didn't like it, but I think it got away with it because it was in his mindscape. So you can go like, okay, it's gonna look a little weird and raw and rough. Like, okay, cool. But yeah, aside from that,
outside of that, this book has just been beautiful.
It's been absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I almost miss the early issues where we were in like the forest with the snow and he was just using like blacks. Yeah. Like that's insane. The like pencil work he did back there. But back here, the Sentinel launches off, and like I love the pacing here because it's giving you all the right beats to hit those. Like it's emotional beats. Like Logan's up. Logan meets the pilots. The pilots don't care. They pass each other. Like, oh shit. Like literal like doof, doof, doof. And on the ground, they're trying as best they can to just get the hell out of Dodge. Gambit goes, we have trucks, but they're full of ammo. And Mikhail's just like, does not matter. Just fucking make room. Like, get them the hell out of here. We return to Angel's part of them. That's one of the people who's around. He doesn't talk ever, but he's around. As this is all happening, we see right there, Logan is closing in. All he's got to do is grab the jet. He's right there. And they fucking let it go. Like, he does not make it. And you can see right there, panel 3, it's right there. And they let it go.
They're so close.
Which means it doesn't matter if you catch the plane. Yep. The bomb is already gone. And he sees it go. And Logan just immediately ejects and does the like Halo dive, like actual, not Halo the game, but like Halo, like high altitude, whatever, like orbit, blah, 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 blah. But he makes this dive for it, and he does not fucking make it. Logan literally, what you're seeing here, everybody, is an entire...
Is Logan failing, and all of the like traditional X-Men that we think of dying.
Because you've got Mikhail there, yes, and you've got Red Guardian and Widow, but you've got Remy, you've got Shadowcat, you've got Angel, you've got I think that's Marrow who's standing over there.
Yeah, that's Marrow, and then
Iceman. Yeah, that's everybody. I think we haven't seen Beast yet, but kind of to your point, you're wiping out.
No, Beast was killed in
that's right. That's right.
Beast was killed a few issues ago during the assault on that one
on the facility. That's right. That's right. I totally forgot about that.
And Nightcrawler was killed in
like issue 2 or whatever.
2,
which still a bummer that he died.
I'm still a little salty about that.
Still cool as shit though. He went out really fucking cool.
He did.
Because he's like, I'm gonna be the last person here. Swords to a gunfight, motherfucker. And then just like takes out the Eurasian troops. But yeah, like to your point, you're taking out 2 of the OGs. You're taking out like the 2 arguably or like the biggest addition of like the 70s in Shadowcat. You're taking out Marrow and Remy, who were like the representatives of X-Men 90s outside of like maybe Jubilee and Storm and Rogue, of course. But like you're hitting all these eras and they're just like I don't know. Like I'm still stuck. When have even Stanford wasn't this bad in Civil War, right? Like I can't think of a loss this big. Okay, you want to say Xanshi? Fine, but we all know how we feel about John and Xanshi because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Get over it. Like you didn't know anybody. Shut up. Anyway, like
these are all characters. Like even though this is the Ultimate Universe and we don't have the same time spent with them.
No,
that's still Remy.
Mm-hmm.
That's still Kitty. Right? That's still Natasha.
Like, we still I think what's his name? Hickman or Cates was talking about this because like the pitch going into all of this was like play around, but like you have to keep their core, right? Like you can make them all like set. You can have Remy lose an eye. You can have Kitty being like a hardened warrior who's part of a resistance. She still has to be like that hope, that like ease, that youthful hope almost, right? Like she was in freaking Days of Future Past. And so like they do that. And so even if it's not our Remy, our Shadowcat, our Widow, like it's still them and they're just gone. Like they actually fucking did it. It's still a genuine shock to me.
Genuinely shocked.
Yes. I up until
I turned the page and I was like, even though like in the page prior, obviously when Logan's diving, you still think, I don't know, maybe somehow.
I did, dude. I did. I thought that was going to be it, right? Because you go into that flash and then you turn the page and it's him like big splash page, right? And he's like, like Vegeta style, like he's like in a crater, but maybe he has like his claws through it or something. And it's like he barely did it or something.
Like he managed to like jab his adamantium claws through the brain, which disabled it. Like,
that's right. Even better.
Second,
because it's a brain. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, exactly. So I genuinely thought that's where we were going. Nope. Just straight up
dead.
Everybody is dead. Mike says Stanford is in my state. We don't need a false flag. It's not a false flag. Nitro really did that. Okay. I saw it on TikTok Live. All I'm thinking when I see Logan diving is Mission Impossible Fallout. I mean, it's cool. I don't blame them for using it. Like it's a cool fucking visual. And also just like Andrew, the art here on this page, like the texture painting he does in the background. I don't know. And also like
those aren't light boxed or filtered clouds. That's actually painted.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's pretty. You can, if you guys are, maybe it'll come across here. Let me zoom in. But you can see, guys, like the texture, like you can see the brushes. Strokes. Yeah, like that's crazy. And then I really like this detail. The 4th panel border disappears, and then the right side of the page does not have a panel border, even though the rest of the page does. Like, and Logan has a full one in his little inset because he'll live, he survives. The rest of you didn't. But like this, it happened. Like they lost. They fucking lost. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're all toast.
And this is no,
all of their brains are fried.
And like there is no survival. Like he does not stand up now, and Mikhail is still alive. And Ice, like it's him. It's just fucking Logan at this point.
And that that bottom panel. This is a 2-panel page. That bottom panel, like where he's so rageful and furious to where it's that moment. We've seen it happen, I think, only once across all the movies with him, where he's so angry, where his claws just pop out of just instinct and
Isn't
reaction.
that's Logan, right?
No, it happens.
No, it's not. It's
I
think it's an X2. Or is it?
No, it might be Last Stand.
I can't remember.
I hope I'm wrong, but it might be Last Stand. But I distinctly have in my head,
I'm sure somebody's got us.
With Logan, like just on his knees on the ground and looking up, and his claws just pop out.
That's. I think that's Origins. I think that's when Kayla dies.
Oh, now I hate it even more. But anyway, that panel here, like, with the colorist choice of just having the silhouette and then the red, that's raw.
Well,
man,
the one extra detail, like,
he's pissed.
It's all that, and here's the one extra detail that sells it to me. His hands are open. He's just he's like begging to God, like, why? And his claws are popping. Yeah. He's not, snicting, which is what we normally see him.
That's the thing, because this is intentional. This is deliberate. He's doing it under his own power. But when it's like this, like you said, his hands are open. He's crying out.
And you can even see in that half splash there, like, his claws are not out. Like, it's not a detail we miss. Like, it's him going like, why? And just so uncontrollably angry, sad that his claws are just like, kind of like when we all get super angry and we feel like we're going to explode, even if we're yelling, right? Yeah. You just feel like, ugh. For us, that makes us tense up. For Logan, you're going to pop a couple claws out, which is just like in what? So from here we get, it's basically, they go, we got him. And they go, cool, the resistance is dead. And Magic goes, well, they're not. Everybody's got, like, they're rising up, but I've got Limbo to play with. And, to be continued. We'll see where that picks up. But, like, this one issue alone has redefined the series for me and, like, what I think of the series. Because, like, it started out, like we were talking about, it's pretty close to just 616 Logan.
Well, I think even more than 616 Logan, it feels, I think, in isolation, especially without the context of this issue.
Yeah.
It feels like tonally very similar to, like, Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like, we've kind of been here.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what? To your point with that, like, as we talk about with Revelation and Apocalypse, how many times have they done this? Right? Like, how many times have we done an apocalyptic X-Men storyline? Remember the end? Like, X-Men the end that they did for, like, it's not great, but they did like 7 of those series. Okay, like, we've done post-apocalyptic. God, those series are so. That was Claremont. Like, just a great example of never letting writers go full themselves, because otherwise you get the end, and it's just, dear God. But yeah, like to me, you have, like, this is an even, like, darker twist on, like, Logan's life, because, like, in 616, he has all the pain of, he lost his memories, and he doesn't remember his friends, his families, his brothers in arms. Here, he actually, like, knew them now. Like he met them and he knew them actively, and he knew Gambit and he knew all of them, and then it was taken away. Like, I don't know. Like, that to me, like, there's just, it's like the same song in a different key, and just changing that key makes it all the different. And now I'm like, I don't even kind of care now. Like, go to hell, Iron Lad, go to hell, Spider-Man. Like, just let me see this dude go up against the Maker. This is all I care about at this point.
Well, right now, this has changed the kind of dynamic of who has lost the most.
Yeah.
And, like, who has the most, like, revenge set in their mind
to take against the Maker. Yeah.
Right? Because Peter, like, he wants to just do the right thing and help people, right? But his book has still more or less just kind of been Spider-Man,
I mean,
right?
we pointed out last time that last issue was like the first time we've seen him actually doing like crime fight. Like there's one or two times we saw him, like that first time he goes out to fight like
Yeah.
Mr. Sin or Mr. Negative's goons. But aside from that, he's been in the desert, you know, or he's been in the Savage Land.
Yeah. And so there hasn't been as much connecting sinew between Ultimate Spider-Man and this Ultimate Endgame that we're all moving towards. Ultimates, yes.
Obviously,
Ultimates is kind of been deliberately meant to be like the kind of connecting,
the prologue, if you will,
overarching kind of plot for all of the Ultimate Universe. But this one, like, this is the first time it feels personal. And so I think like Logan, like next issue is probably where Logan finds out that this is all because of like the Maker and the Maker effing with the world. And there's that knowledge coupled with losing everyone here. That's when he's like, all right, I know what I have to do. And then he ends up, I don't know, hearing like
Tony's
one of the
broadcasts,
like that, right?
like the Ultimate Network broadcast.
Yeah, because he probably makes his way into the Rasputin's base where they actually have communication with the outside.
Oh yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
And so now he actually sees what's going on, and he's like, I got to get over there.
Well,
right, and that's kind of what I see.
Here's where my prediction goes. It goes very similar, but it goes a little more big, because sort of what we were talking about before. This is what we were referencing before.
And he brings Jean with him.
Well, of course, you got to bring Jean with you. You got to save her and make her. Maybe she's like catatonic, and they're like, well, I guess we got to use her as the brain bomb. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But sort of what we were talking about before. This is the event now. Every other book, realistically, would comment on this event. Right? You would hear a news report in Spider-Man. You would hear T'Challa getting a report. You would have the girls in X-Men seeing a post on their phone or something about this. So, with this clearly going to be some level of knowledge, and even if it wasn't, given the resources of who we're talking about, it could happen. What I see is Logan takes this Fury. He finds his way into the Rasputin place. Obviously, he probably taps into his memories from Winter Soldier or whatever. Gets into that. Like, he's there. Time to fight. They beat his ass, right? Like, it's Colossus and a fucking a Dark Child. Like, it's that's good. And you just got nuked. Like, that's gonna be a lot to take on.
Yeah.
As he's
You're
getting
not exactly in prime fighting shape right now,
right?
buddy.
Exactly.
You know, healing factor or no.
Either way, yeah. You've got to at least take a nap after that. But with that, all right, because of that nuke going off, that is going to catch Tony's attention. And he's going to go,
so
what the...
That brings the Ultimates there.
That's exactly it. So
So the final panel is either Tony or him and some of the other Ultimates, or maybe even the whole team, like, getting to him.
That's it's either going to be like they come into that room, because they're going to come and investigate and then see all the uprisings. They would
have the resources to get to him. He doesn't have the resources to get to them.
And they have the resources to extract him, because they could either all team up right there and beat them, or at least like knock him out of the room. And then the final panel of page 25 is like, so like, hey, you look like you could use some help. And then you turn it and it's like Tony and the Ultimates, and his like hand is out and he's like, welcome aboard. Like that, you do that. Or Logan's just getting his ass kicked. Tony ports in because he's like, I'm going to confront them, sees it and just goes, oh, we need to get the hell out of here. And he just like grabs him, and they sort of like in a Dark Knight's Metal, right? When everybody was getting their asses kicked by the Knights, and then Doctor Strange just like pops up, pulls him back. I could see something like that happening. But either way, I think we're on to something. Like next,
I think a big question mark and wild card here though is Jean.
It is, because
right now she's just strung up and doesn't look like she's conscious.
Well, it's like, yeah, but it's also, how do we put this?
Does she end up being a weapon for our side, or does she end up being a weapon for their side?
I think you're right, and like that's the big question, because, all right, you know, like we're at issue 11, issue 12 is going to be the last one. with the way they presented Jean in that first issue, it seemed like it was significant. Like it was a big old spread that like Logan had to be told, like, we can't do anything right now. Like, we have to go. And it's Jean. And we've heard nothing about
until this issue.
Until now. So, like, on one hand, I'm worried that this might be something that whoever's right, like Chris Condon, like, fucked up. Or he got, like, an editorial thing where maybe he wanted to explore it more, but because they're ending it, like, oh, because that was the original plan. I know you heard all the news, but for those of you who don't know out there, Ultimate Universe is ending after Endgame. The original plan was just to have the specific runs of X-Men, Black Panther, Ultimates, and Spider-Man end. Not necessarily the books, just like Hickman, Peach, Brian, and Dennis Camp on them. Like, they were going to go on to other things. But the universe was going to live. Like it was going to keep going. So, but then out of nowhere, they went, let's just close the books on it. Which, like, I agree to a certain extent. Because, yes, close it while it's still good.
Than milking it till it's dead and dry.
Exactly. But then you could run into something like this, where it's like, oh, maybe he had
where you have
plans
a lot
for
of, like,
Jean.
loose ends.
Yeah. And now we'll have to, like, scramble to sort of wrap it up. Because that even her appearance here, right? Like, it feels disconnected from everything else they're talking about, because they show her and then we go to the brain vat.
It feels like a panel that's meant to just remind you that she
That's it. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, exactly. So that worries me that it's like, oh yeah, okay, put her in here, and then next issue, oh shit, we got to redraw the last 2 pages to resolve it. Like, that would bum me out. But I also, I don't think there's room right now or anymore to get like a Jean Grey character. Right? Like,
no, she would be a shell of a character.
Right,
she
right.
would just be a weapon.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, exactly. Like, they get her and they just go,
which is what the Rasputins were probably holding her for her to just be a weapon.
Just to be a weapon. And like, that's a kind of a bummer too. They never said what she did.
Yeah.
Like they don't even say like, oh, she's helping control the population. Like, she's just there. And then it's time for Logan and Creed's wild ride. I don't really know what goes on after that, but yeah. But I'm stoked. Like, I love this issue. I'm kind of mad that this issue came so late, because this is what I want to see. Like, this is where it's gonna go down. I also would have maybe, I don't know, maybe even shorten it. Maybe it didn't even need to be 12 issue. I don't know at this. Obviously, I'm talking out my ass. There's still so much story left to close out. We'll have to see how that plays. But I do wonder, like, maybe this could have worked better as like a 6 or a 7. Like, maybe it didn't need 12. Just to keep everything tight. Make make it almost seem more mean that, like, Logan meets them, remembers them, enjoys time with them, and it is so short, right? Like
yeah.
It is 5 months of time for us, which means it's going to be like 2 weeks for him. So no idea, but yeah, I really liked this issue. I was genuinely surprised by how much I liked this issue. Like me specifically.
It was really good. I'm not sure how they're going to close it out.
I don't.
I'm curious.
It is question marks all the way
I do think
up.
that I'm correct in terms of, like, this is his motivation. This is why he joins up with the Ultimates and everybody in the Endgame event. I think that makes all the sense in the world.
You're right, and this is just an additional thought that going back to something that just popped into my head. It also could be maybe he doesn't even get to the Rasputins. Maybe he he tries, or he realizes like it won't work, and he reaches out to Creed, and he's like, I don't know what to do, and Creed goes, I know some people, right? Like, I just met, or he like hooks him up with the Ultimate Network, like the app or whatever, because that.
Do we meet the Ultimate Brotherhood?
Ooh, but they're like
but there's only one issue left. I feel like that's something you need a little bit more time.
You could do it if you're not introducing them as like the big team or whatever, because I could see it in next issue, right? Like, Logan, Creed, I need to go to Canada or whatever to meet you, and he goes, okay, meet me at this town or whatever, and you go there, and it's like a ramshackle town or whatever, and it's all mutants or something, and maybe there's like 5 of them who protect them. And that's the name, right? Like, we're the Brotherhood, and it's like Toad, Blob, I don't even know who are we missing. Avalanche,
I
I
mean, you could
guess.
have-
Yeah, Avalanche.
We haven't seen Absolute.
I know.
Ultimate
I've been.
Mystique,
Uh,
have we?
no. We've seen Ultimate
Okay.
Emma.
Yeah,
No
we've seen
Ultimate Mystique,
Emma.
which is another
Okay,
thing.
s-
Like that. Remember that issue with Emma? We were talking about this a couple weeks ago about like they've already had an Ultimate Emma, and we were like, where was she? Oh my god! Like we remember seeing her, and it was in that awesome Ultimates issue with like the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Like I want more of that, man. Like I want to see more of Emma.
Yeah, that hasn't been followed up on.
None of
That
it
was
has.
just dropped in that one issue, and that's one of the things that I am concerned with doing Endgame already for this, because while some books have felt like
Shut up,
they've had
Sub.
plenty of time to like build out their story and all the important characters for that book, some of these books like Ultimate Wolverine and Ultimates have like introduced characters who are like otherwise massive characters in
Right.
616, but they've only been like in part of one issue, and that's it.
Which is like what am I trying to say here? So Ultimate, I know I just got you the Ultimate Invasion and Ultimate Universe like trade and one shot to you because I was a slacker. Those ones, there we go. Those ones will tell you more about Tony. Tony gets a lot of backstory in those. Everybody else though is kind of exactly what you said. Like we get them once and then we're kind of, dude, I just remembered something. We haven't seen Red Skull Bucky since that one fucking issue.
Oh yeah,
which was like a big thing. So
it was kind of a big deal. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that it feels like might be getting chinced on a little bit.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it,
made a snap decision to end the
end it
Ultimate
all.
Universe, and I don't understand why it's like their best-selling stuff right now.
It's because they're dumb. It literally House of Status Quo, like you said, you can't have something cool and interesting going on for too long. We've got to take it back to you will read Amazing Spider-Man. You will collect I mean, okay, now we need a different example because that's actually getting fun and exciting and we like it. But like, yeah, now that I think about it, the only ones like Peach's X-Men is self-contained enough where like if it wraps, it's easy enough to be like, okay, now they're just going to go into Endgame. Like you don't need a big connective thing there. Same with Black Panther. You can just go like, okay, we've dealt with like we now know the true nature of vibranium and maybe the maker knows that. And now we join the war or whatever. But then kind of what to your point, like Ultimates has been really wide in its net of like narrative. And then Spider-Man has been so local that I'm like, where does the motivation come to even fight the maker? Right?
Yeah, that's
like,
the thing. There's like no connecting point outside of the only connecting point I can see in Ultimate
Kingpin.
Spider-Man comes from, well, it comes from Harry. So Harry learning that he lost his father because of
the maker,
the shit that went down with the maker.
And so the
connection would come from Harry rather than Peter.
And you know what? Okay, I can see that because especially with Gwen and Harry raging their war right now, like that's going to piss off the wrong people and that's going to bring in the council or the maker himself and do something.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then Pete joins the fight to protect Harry. I mean, I can see that. And it's not bad.
I just don't know what other connecting point there really is with that.
And you're right. No, you're completely right. What I was going to say is like that just maybe worries me. I'd have to think on this, but like I think that is a very Peter motivation, just like our guy Pete. Like your best friend, no matter what, is in trouble, even if it's against God, essentially, as the Kingpin said. I'm gonna go help him. Like I'm gonna go do it. They have placed so much emphasis on Pete's family in this book that it would feel weird to me if they're not some level of motivation for him to go up against the maker outside of just general, like, I don't want the world to end because of my family. Like,
yeah,
does he abduct Mayday or so? Like, I don't know. That's not even a prediction. I'm just throwing like crap out there. Like something like that to bring him in otherwise, like, yeah, really worry that, at least with Pete, it would be like generic comic book team up where just the Avengers go, or the Ultimates go like, hey, we saw you around. We're going to go fight the Maker. Care to help out? Okay. Yeah. Like, he still would, but...
He would.
But come on, guys. Like, you can tell a better story than that.
And that's happened in comics before a number of times. It's actually most of the team-ups between the Avengers and Spider-Man. Hey, we need another guy.
I mean, I still love that opening bit to Hickman's Avengers run where they're recruiting everybody. And they're like, we told them our missions, and some believed. Others needed convincing. And, like, it shows Logan, and it says, like, we've got beer. I'm in. And then it's Peter and Tony saying, like, we've got money. And he's, like, burying into his chest. And he's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Good old Pete. But, yeah, we'll see how it runs out. Everybody so far has given us, like the rest of the Ultimate Universe creators have given us enough reason to trust the plan. Outside of Brian Hill. That book is just so boring, guys. Ultimate Black Panther is a big miss. But everybody else has been... Oh, I trust them thus far. So let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that 2 pages of Ultimate Wolverine would have made me completely flip on the character, right? So we'll see. Even if it's just 5 issues or whatever, we'll see. We will see. As long as it's not like one big all splash page issue or something.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Let's see. I did see Mike said Tom Cruise as comics accurate Wolverine in the MCU. I just don't see him that buff. Otherwise, like, yeah, everything completely.
I think the main thing he's getting at there is the fact that Tom Cruise is short as hell. But he does have a funny
definitely
follow up to that in the chat regarding like.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
you don't need to graft metal onto your bones, Tom. No, I got it. Like
I do on my own, son. Shut up.
Tom, you know adamantium's not a real metal. We're gonna make it a real, like, fund the scientist. Like, he would absolutely
not with that attitude.
Yeah, exactly. or like if he was actually in like Marvel, it would be like, sir, we can't get adamantium. We've only got the adamantium composite crap. And you're like, nope, we're gonna go back in time. We're gonna find the Wakanda star that fell, and we're gonna get the pure vibranium. Like, instead of all the bikes that he like crashed doing that one stunt, it would be like a bunch of like Wave Riders from like DC, you know, like the ship, like just a bunch of those at the bottom of the pit.
Yeah.
Mike also says likes my headphones. Yeah, I've had to go back to them because, well, the other week I had to go back to them because my buds were being really weird, and then I've kind of just like picked them back up because I forgot. These are like my audio mixing ones for when I do all of my like music production stuff. So they sound great. And I'm like, oh yeah, I actually hadn't hooked them up to this new rig, the one I built in March. And I'm like, oh right, I bought a nice sound card for this reason. That's right. Like, okay, we're going. But headphones aside, all that aside, that is Ultimate Wolverine. We'll put that down. So let me ask you this, Andrew. We could talk Carnage, but I also feel like it's a quick hit. Do you want to talk Carnage, or do you want to quick hit some things, just jump around?
I don't even know where we're sitting at right now.
We're sitting at 2. We hit 2 hours perfectly. We got about like 30 minutes we can still hang out for. So
I think we can give Carnage its due. I think we can give Carnage 20-25 minutes.
I think so too. As soon as I said that, I was like, you know what though? It's Carnage. It's the last issue.
It's the final issue.
Yeah, we got to get it.
The final issue of this run. I'm not about this cover.
I'm about it in theory. Like, I like the idea of it. I think its execution's horrible. Like just this idea of like all of your past
everything looks like it's made of rubber with the way it's colored.
I really don't like it. Like, and especially like Null's face there doesn't look like scary. It looks like Haunted Horror Nights guy trying to scare you, which, like, maybe in the moment if he jumped out,
it looks more. He could just be what's his face. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now, from Sting, or not Sting, Kiss.
I mean, any of them. Ace Frehley, fucking Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
Really is like he's Gene Simmons, but like with more white makeup on his face.
I don't know. He looks a little better and a little more youthful than Gene might be right now.
Maybe these days.
I will note this though. It's interesting that they put Annie on here and Toxin, which is like, okay, like Annie, that is a good one. Like, just I have nothing to complain about. Like, that's a good pick. But like Toxin is like makes sense, but also like Toxin, like what about, I don't know, like Riot or Phage or he had more of a relationship with all those weirdos than he ever had with Toxin. Like, I don't, and again, Toxin's been gone. He's been in like a jar for like 12 years. Like, kudos to the choice. It works, but it's also the one that makes you go like, huh? Like, weird. Did you also, like, am I crazy? Is that Venom symbol wrong? Isn't that like Pete's spider from his back?
That's Pete. That's Peter's spider from the back of his like older suit.
That's what I thought. Yeah, like that is not. No Venom has worn that spider. Like not Mac, not Lee, not Eddie, not Dylan. Yeah, that bugged the hell out of me because it's like, what? Like of all things,
that is an incorrect artistic choice there.
Definitely, the colors definitely do look a little washed out, Mike, and like it's worse in person in the sense that like it's just not exciting to look. Like it doesn't do the job of a cover. It doesn't pull you in unless you already know all of these characters and you're reading this book. This isn't going to grab you. Also, like, what's up with the placement?
Like, this is not a cover that would grab me to pick up the book off the shelf.
Oh, absolutely not. But like the placement too. Like, why is there so much space between Eddie Brock and Carnage? Like, it's weird. It's a very bad cover. Mike says, I love Chuck Sewell. His Daredevil run is one of my favorites. Got my #1 signed by him. Dude, yes, I like Chuck Sewell a lot too. I used to like him a lot more. He's become hit and miss in recent years, especially ever since I don't think this is causal. It's just like the date marker is like when he started going over to do the Star Wars Marvel stuff. Like his Darth Vader is awesome, and he does Vader Down. I don't know if you've read any of them, Andrew, but there's a really good storyline he does where Vader is like, he's just like on a routine thing and he gets shot down by the rebels and he lands like on a planet and it's him versus like an entire arm, like not a battalion, but like a wave of rebels. And it's really fucking cool. But after that, I think like that was the moment of like, we hit that big climax. And now we kind of got to play in that space between episode, 3 and 4, right? Like it gets, and so it starts lulling, and so it was like,
or 6 and
7, wherever,
depending on which,
which, exactly,
pocket of time Disney is dictating.
But
people
like,
have to play within.
I did like his Daredevil run a lot. I thought it was like that sidekick that he introduced, like the deaf ninja kid or whatever. I don't remember exactly what he was. He could like phase. He could be like invisible for a second. That just felt weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I read it.
You don't even know. He never popped back up again. It was just like, it felt like Alpha. There's a good comparison, right? Where it was like they want to introduce a younger protege for this person to be a mentor to, not necessarily like a successor, but like a mentor. And then it didn't really work out, so we're just going to ignore him for it. Captain Kunagi or whatever. I guarantee you he's going.
Kusanagi.
I guarantee you he's going in the exact same like spot.
Oh yeah, like he's had 2 moments in the Amazing Spider-Man book right now.
And one of those moments was telling Norman, "Oh yeah, I dropped the captain from my name." Like,
yeah, like, come on, man. Like, you are not a memorable character.
That's who it was. Blind Spot. Yeah, he was fine. They just never really capitalized on what they could do with him. But I do like Charles Sewell a lot because he wrote Red Lanterns, and he wrote so that he did the entire tenure of Guy as a Red Lantern, and then he did the Supergirl arc as well. And I love all that Red Lantern book. So yeah, he is a good writer. He's not as consistent to me as somebody like a Hickman or a who even is over, or like a Williamson or an Adams or anybody, but. Yeah, he's good. Like he's not somebody I go like, ooh, yay, Sewell's on the book. I go, oh, Sewell's on the book. Might be cool, right? Like might be cool. There's no guarantee here that it will be cool, but there's a chance. Mike says, I was hoping he was going to be in Born Again because of Muse, who is also awesome. Funny you bring Muse up. So, guys, as Andrew and I mentioned, this is issue 10 of Eddie Brock Carnage. unfortunately, it is the last issue. They definitely had plans for more. This was not supposed to be its end, but it just hasn't been selling, which is really unfortunate. But I think you and I both understand why it hasn't, because what do we say every time? This book is being written for the trade. It's really rough to read month to month, because you'll get a month
to month. Its pacing is all over the place.
It's really rough. So I can definitely see why people tuned out from it, even though this has, like, I still really like the concept. I still really like the interplay between Eddie and Carnage. Like, you had something here.
And at least half of the issues have been like really good.
Right. But then you get like a
Not
really
just,
good
like,
issue.
Passable, like really good.
You get a really good issue.
And then you get something that is like,
we always say
this drags.
it's just the exposition. They don't pace it right, where they go, here's an entire issue of cool shit. And then, okay, well, now we're going to use the next issue to be like, okay, we have to drive here. We have to get this hotel. We got to talk to this person, which is like, we need to do it.
Why are we doing all this busy work?
Exactly. Like, I know we need to do this technically, but do we need to see it? Like, can we not pace this better?
Yeah.
It makes sense why it's down. It's just a little unfortunate that it's down. But
yeah, I bet the trade will do well as a trade.
I think so. I think it will too. I will recommend the trade. Or let me reread it once it's in trade. Or I guess I can reread it now. Like, let me do 1 through 10 straight, and I'll be like, this is a good trade, this is a bad trade. But I agree with you. I think it's gonna bang. So, if you guys, I don't remember the last time we tuned in here. I think it might have been with the Mountain Rescue. But basic premise of this book, for those of you who haven't, or who are newer here, or who were watching the early foil variants, Eddie Brock Carnage picks up in the wake of Venom War. Both Eddie and Carnage are too damaged from that fight to sort of live. They both go, all right, I need you, you need me. Let's bond. They don't like it, but it's an odd couple sort of thing. And so Carnage says, I will keep you alive and I will heal you as long as you let me kill and you give me blood. And Eddie goes, okay, but I'm not just going to Carnage kill. Like, he's sort of like Dexter.
I have to pick.
Right.
I have to pick the target.
He's like, I'm going to go find the worst person. I'm going to go do this. And last time we checked in, we had just wrapped up an arc where Carnage had blacked out Eddie's memory because he was kind of angry at him and made Eddie think that he had killed an entire plane of people. Turns out Carnage had just like webbed him up, left him in like a vegetative state. They were all fine, but it sort of
emaciated, but
emaciated, definitely. But it was like that first big tension point between Eddie and Carnage, Eddie realizing like, I'm not as in control of this as I would have believed, right? So off of that, we've sort of been going on the road trip aspect of this, which is in the very first issue, if you remember, when they bond, Carnage's deal that Andrew just referenced is, I'll hang out with you until I find somebody who can't kill us. And once I find that stronger person, that's my host. And I do not care about you. I'm gone. And so over the last few issues, we've had Eddie trying to, get to the bottom of sort of, I don't even really know the mystery of what he's getting into. You know what I mean? Like, he talked to like the podcast host. He bought like the car in the last issue with cash because he didn't want to be seen. But I don't remember what he's running. Like, do you remember?
So, I'm trying to remember here. He is still technically running from the feds.
Okay.
After he like knocked out but left alive the one chick. What's her name?
Misty Knight.
Something.
Yeah, Misty Knight.
Misty Knight.
Yeah.
In the mountains, right?
Yep.
At the end of that last arc, that first arc. But now it's been a matter of like, that's what it was. So they've been so weakened after that they had to find someone, but Eddie's been extremely stubborn about not wanting to kill anybody that he doesn't deem like truly worthy of getting killed, and it's been degrading his body more and more and making Carnage weaker and weaker. But at the same time, Eddie's getting weaker faster than Carnage is, and so Carnage has been trying to like get into his brain.
That's right.
Get
to like
into
take
this,
over.
Like, to take over or to like unlock like what's something here that I can have on Eddie.
Some like blackmail, just like info.
And that's been the big thing. But Eddie all the while has been actually
I remember this
trying to search for a way to get rid of Carnage.
Because now I remember that awesome scene where he lights himself on fire.
Yeah, that's why he's at this whatever it is, Green Phoenix or something,
whatever
it's
this
called.
It's a resort, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it is. He's trying to kill Carnage. That's because he's like, oh, you're weakened now. I'm weakened too. But this can be like this is the shot. Like this is the way to get rid of you. Yes, that's right. And so in these last few issues, we saw Eddie go to a retreat, like a mountain retreat that advertises like, hey, we can help with like weirdness things. And he also gets a sense that the owner was a symbiote owner, because she was one of the people from what was that even called? Like the Life Foundation? Was that what it was?
That sounds right.
I think it's Life Foundation, but the Riot, Phage, Scream, Screech, or not Screech, but Scream, like all of them, that she was one of their hosts, and I think she's Phage's host, which is why I probably keep saying that name specifically all night. But Eddie has gone to her, says, "Hey, can you help me like deal with this?" And she's like, "Okay, I don't trust you, but if you really want to kill like the symbiote, I'll try and help you." Even though to her, it's less about also saving Eddie. It's like, I'm going to lock you in this like cube, like this glass cube, and I'm just going to kill both of you. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but you're both going to die. Like, I don't want anything to do with symbiotes, which, you know what? Fair, girl. Fair. All the while, to Mike's point, or why I mentioned Mike, is because Eddie and Carnage have caught the attention of Muse, who just sees like
at one point they burned down his studio.
Yep.
Of all his art.
They go in, or they land in, I believe it's like somewhere in Texas, and Eddie goes, "Okay, we need to kill somebody because we're getting weak." And they go, "Hey, we just got, they hear a news report, and it's, hey, there's a big crime scene over here, all like all units, whatever." He goes over and he sees it's a big Muse crime scene, all the bodies are strung up, all the art is done. And that's right. That's where they go, "He's not here. What do we do now?" And Eddie goes, "Well, you didn't notice this, but I was locking all the doors when we came in." And he lights himself on fire, thinking it'll take both of them out. It doesn't.
Forgetting that Carnage has built up a like immunity to fire.
To literally everything, guys. It's a little over the top, but I still really like the change because I don't know. It works for Carnage. He's just that crazy that you can still beat him, even if he is like a god. Whoops. So, what was I going with on this one? Oh yeah, Muse. That's right. It was Muse. So, Muse goes back to his crime scene and he sees this burned down. What happened to my art? Obviously, he learns that it was burned by Eddie and Carnage. So for the last couple issues, while Eddie and Carnage have been making their way across the country to this resort, Muse has been on his tail, just sort of not even really killing, or I guess he like kills, but he's not doing any art per se. He's just doing the like Joker thing where it's like, "Hey, what's the info? Okay, thanks." And then he just goes on. Yeah. So with all that, as we ended last issue, Muse caught up to Eddie at the resort. We see him here. He's coming in, and the woman's she kind of knows. She's not dumb. Obviously, we saw her trap Eddie and the symbiotes. She knows that there's like a level of danger in her profession and in her world. So she's got her AK, and she tells Muse like, "Get the fuck out of it. Like, I know you're scary. You are creepy. Go away." He unfortunately, like, this sucks, but it's also like, this is a lame death for her, but also like a good death, like narratively, like fuck, like that sucks. Like, good job, Muse, I guess, but he just literally pulls the rug out from under her and cracks her head, and she's gone. Like,
with his boot.
Yeah,
she's done.
Sucks for her, but like in terms of Muse, like that's very Home Alone-y, and I like it, but it is what it is. She is dead now. Eddie is still locked up, and this is where Muse comes down to confront him, and they have this whole, Muse does his thing. He's philosophizing. He's talking about, like, what he even says it right there in panel 2. Why did you burn? He doesn't even care about anything else. Why did you burn my work down? And in revenge, he goes, "All right, if you burn all my stuff down, I'm going to burn all your stuff down." And so he starts, cracking at, he opens the door. He just starts beating up Eddie. Eddie launches out a Carnage tentacle, and it's like too slow. It's too slow.
Too slow, too weak.
This genuinely shocked me right here, Andrew. Like him catching a tentacle and just like cutting it. I was like, oh, not only is Muse like we forget because his gimmick is kind of lame. Like Muse is actually like in terms of his physicality and his threat, he's like Captain America almost. Like not quite that peak, but like 10% low. He's actually a scary guy. But then if you can beat Carnage at all, like holy shit, like that was crazy. But I also thought he was going to take that piece right there and it was going to like come on to him. It didn't, so it whatever, but that's kind of what I thought was going to happen. Off of that, I really like this scene because so from there, as soon as Carnage sees how like strong Muse is, he leaves Eddie. He unbonds and he goes to Muse. He says, let me bond with you. Like you are what I'm looking for. And mind you, remember, they're both still dying. Carnage is like, well, you're dead, Eddie. Bye. Muse, help me out. Muse goes, I work alone. Yeah, like I work alone. And I kind of like what he says here, Andrew. I'm sure you probably sympathize with it. Collaboration, it never ends well in my experience. Even if the other artist is brilliant, it's still a dilution of vision. Like it's a little pretentious, but I'm like, yeah, like you have to compromise sometimes and be like, oh, you can't do that.
Somebody who's a hoity-toity artist would absolutely say that line.
Like it's so good. And then I like that. Like, I must decline. And he just like closes the door. And he just starts playing around with the remote, realizes that there's like a fire option. And then we get like, this is where I am so sad the book is gone, because we get that dynamic again where Eddie's just like, you loser. Like, did you really think that was going to work? And then he's like, then Carnage is like, buddy, you know that was a joke. Come on. And like, I love, like, this is what I wanted more of.
It's like a really weird odd couple story when it's at its best.
Yep.
And it like when it's doing really well, it does that really well.
So well. It's just, it tends to space it out too much where you go, okay, road trip,
there needed to be more of that.
They needed to lean on this more than the Eddie turmoil. You know what I mean? Like, I get the Eddie turmoil, but Carnage isn't a second fiddler. Exactly. I mean,
the thing. Like we've had Eddie in turmoil and feeling sorry for himself and wanting to
Venom 250, dude,
or wanting to do better. Yeah,
literally like, that story about him, like, oh, I could give it up or whatever. No, or like, remember where he's like paralyzed or whatever, and he's like, oh, they took it away from me, and I need it. Like, oh my god, like like we've seen it, we just saw it. It's whatever, Eddie, right? And I definitely think that's it, because if you just pick up the book and you're reading it, it's like, okay, it's a guy, like it's just a guy. Essentially, if you want to boil it down, you could be like, it's a guy just trying to fight off his worst urges, which is like, okay. But then you go, what is his urges? To kill? Just that? Like, that's it? Literally just to kill? I mean, yeah, okay, to live or whatever, but like, no mission, no crate. Like, it's not very compelling. It would be compelling in real life because we don't see psychopaths like this, but in a world of Carnages and Dr. Dooms and stuff, it's all right. Yeah, you're lucky if you make Twitter. But
the charm, the high charm potential of this book was the odd couple relationship between Eddie and Carnage,
and they unfortunately leaned out of it.
It enough.
And like, there's also this aspect that
it's still a good story.
It's still good. But it could have been more.
Could have been amazing.
And like, even right here, like, this is the other angle that I think they should have played with more, because even though Eddie knows Carnage is bad and he doesn't want to be with him and he wants to kill him, he still has this like
to bond with him again,
because he knows like that feeling. Like, it's not just like he's like, I want to feel whole again. And like, that could have been really interesting to play with, seeing Eddie give too many allowances to Carnage just to keep him, you know, something like that, or giving in to Carnage, going back into a killer monster symbiote, which he hasn't been in years. Could have been a lot of things. Didn't get any of them. What we did get is a definitely a cool splash page, or half splash, whatever you want to call it. Just, you know, Carnage reveal, good little Muse reaction. Then it kind of goes like, we start popping off because Carnage breaks out of the glass cage. It slices through Muse, and not just like slices at him, like he loses a fucking hand.
Off part of his arm. Yeah, one of his hands.
Which, like, yes, glass can do that, but do we ever really think about that? And like I remember I've had glass cuts this year, right? Just from like cleaning shit up. I always have the same thought. Like, it's so fast, it's so easy. Like, what could I have even done to like it's actually scary. So to see something like this is pretty fucking bonkers. And I do like that in true Muse fashion, it doesn't really jostle him. He just goes like, oh, good craftsmanship, right? Because of the work of art he's done. They kind of keep battling for a second. Muse does pick up his hand and is just like, I can use this. And whether he's going to do art or get like an artificial hand, I don't know. But he does ultimately make it away. He just is now maybe handless. Depends on whatever the next writer who uses him wants to say. We get a small little moment of Eddie. You know, he has a cure essentially for the symbiote that'll kill the symbiote. But if it kills the symbiote, it makes his body like completely taut. Like he can never bond to Venom or any of them again. And so at the last second, Eddie goes, I can't do it. Like he is too weak. He knows that he loves being a symbiote like host too much. From there, and that unfortunately, guys, that's the end. Like that is the end of this narrative of this adventure.
That's the end of this run.
Yeah. And we do get this small little epilogue here, which is it's actually kind of dumb. I actually I'll show you guys and then we'll talk. I don't know why I'm like tripping over myself. But we flip the page, an epilogue. 2 weeks later, they're still bonded. Carnage has finally made it through Eddie's head and he's picking around, he's rifling through secrets, and he learns Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Which, okay, like this was supposed to be, I know this was supposed to be a big like, whoa, but that doesn't really feel like a threat to me.
It doesn't right now because, well, one, Peter isn't on Earth. So there's no danger to him. So, okay, then what's the next thing? All right, so he knows that if he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, then maybe he can find out who the other important people are in Peter Parker's life.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but right now, okay, what's he going to do? Go after MJ?
Who's a Venom, who's probably going to kick your ass, and Eddie's probably going to like hold you back from like going full Carnage. Yeah.
Like, honestly, if anything, that's the more interesting thing where, okay, so you have Eddie now as Carnage and MJ as Venom. And in that showdown, you have kind of like the conclusion to the addressing of the elephant in the room, right? You had MJ and the Venom symbiote address like, hey, you showed up at my home.
Yeah.
Right?
Like you destroyed my life, essentially. Yeah.
The symbiote, Venom, he specifically told MJ
that wasn't
it's the
me.
host that's in the driver's seat, right? So that was Eddie Brock. And now Eddie Brock's Carnage, who's worse on his best day than Venom was on his worst day, right? So you could actually do something interesting there with that conflict, but I don't know where it goes from there.
Right?
Because at that point, because that really just adds another layer of complication. Because, okay, let's say that happens. Peter shows up right at the right time.
Yeah.
And now he's got all this to deal with. But that removes what I think is kind of the more interesting thing, was what I addressed earlier when we were talking about Venom, which is like having Ben, Norman, and MJ all standing in front of Peter.
I want that issue so bad, man. I want that so bad.
Standing in different pairs of Peter's shoes, like while he was gone off world. I think that's just a more interesting and entertaining story.
It really is.
I think that what I just said here with like Carnage and Venom, there could be something interesting there, but I feel like at least where we're at right now, it would be done at the expense of that other thing that's more interesting.
Yes. Okay. I agree with you. Before we start, I do like, just on that note of all of them confronting each other, because I love it so much. I want there to be a scene where like they're all like, Peter's confronting all three of them in like the room together or whatever, and like he starts yelling at it, like yelling, but not like necessarily like anger yelling, but just like what the fuck kind of yelling, right? Like he starts yelling at MJ, and Ben goes like, well, you know, she did enough. I don't want to hear out of you, Ben. And then like Norman pops in, like, well, Ben, I don't want to hear out of you either. Like I want a funny scene like that. Like I just want to see that. But
yeah,
more to this. So here's where I get, or not stuck. Like this is where it I see it now. I see the potential now. The reason I didn't see any potential, and it's still hard for me to accept that potential, is because, like, at okay, knowing who Carnage is and where he's progressed over the years, and like even who Cletus was, even though he's not in charge anymore, they never had that level of like planning hatred for Spider-Man, right? Like they hate him absolutely, but they've never been an elaborate planner. They've never really been
an obsessive thing. He wasn't an arch villain,
right,
or an arch nemesis specifically to Spider-Man.
Like he was in the sense that he was a symbiote and he was in those books, but then like he's gone on to be his own sort of thing. He went on to like a God quest. He doesn't really care about like if Peter's in front of him.
He really doesn't care about Peter.
Yeah, like if he's in front of him, he's probably going to want to kill him. But
like, he also kind of wants to do that with literally everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
he
like
might just kind of want to do it a little bit more.
Right.
Peter, right?
It might be one of those things where like if he shows up, he might get like too focused on killing Peter, and that throws the plan into disarray. But like, so for him learning that identity, are you gonna go kidnap MJ and Aunt May now? Like that doesn't even sound like you. A, it's boring. B, it doesn't sound like Carnage. All this gives you is like, do you go have a direct attack on Peter now? Okay, you do, and he beats you, and then you do it again and again. Like, okay, now you're just Carnage again. It's the same. That's okay. It just connected to my head. It's just giving that shock reveal of like, now I know his name. Carnage already had that sense of like, I know who Peter is because of the symbiote bonding. He always sort of knew like Spider-Man is around here. I know Spider-Man's general like, something's picking up. It's probably him. That's how he always found it. Like this doesn't add anything except for, like I said, like, oh, he knows Peter Parker now. And okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it just, I don't know. It's not an exciting end.
I see your message. Cletus is dead right now in the comics.
Is he?
Yeah. He died last year.
Oh, that's right. Because I remember the mini. I see it all now. Yeah. Because he tried to like rebond with Carnage, but Carnage was like, you're a loser. Like I don't really want to be with you. And then he got like a drip off of the Carnage God thing, and it made him Carnage again. But then they killed. It's dumb. It was whatever. But yeah, overall, like Andrew and I have been saying, this was a great premise when you played to the Eddie Carnage odd couple stuff.
You gotta play to the strengths of the premise,
right? Instead of trying to
those.
Sort of, how do I put this? The comic almost told you what its premise should be, and you didn't listen to it, right?
Yeah.
As a writer, like Charles Soule. Yes, you probably went into this going like,
some books almost some books have such a good premise,
exactly,
like such an organic premise that it kind of writes itself.
Exactly,
and you have to actively work against that.
Exactly, because I guarantee. I mean, I'm sure you know. Like, I guarantee he started writing Carnage and Eddie as like an odd couple, and it just flew. I bet you he knew. He was like, oh, this is so good. Oh, but I gotta stick to that crime. Like the story is the narrative, and like yes, it is Al, but like you said, like Andrew just said, he fought too hard against it to the point where it felt like he was just straight up ignoring what was coming so naturally instead of like tapering it or like letting in the right amount. So it's sad to see it gone. Mostly because of that premise. Yes, the book was paced a little weird, but that could always be fixed. You can always, somebody can go to him and go, hey, tighten up your page count or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, like I am very, very sad that this is off the table. I guess I will say I'm interested to see where else they show up. Right?
Where or rather when?
Don't even ask. I know what you're gonna ask. I knew you're gonna ask that. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Like, yeah, you know what? I don't have the time or the energy to try and make sense out of that because I'm not reading that book right now. But yeah, unless that's like meant to be post this mini, I don't know.
But even
I don't know.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Marvel, with your stupidity. But yeah,
thanks, Marvel editorial for nothing.
Dude, do you remember? I don't even know if it was in an Eddie Brock Carnage proper, but there's like that one. There was a really good shot of like Devil Eddie or of Devil Carnage. Do you know what I mean? I called it out because he has like the suit and he looks like the Southern Devil, and it was so cool. And like this is the first time we've seen him since that, and it's not even the same outfit. It's like a detective's outfit. Like he looks like the Question, and significantly less cool.
Yeah, because he also like had the cane and everything. Like they were really leaning into it. It was like, oh man, that's awesome.
He was literally that meme, the like, man, I wish that I had that guy's style. Oh, but I bet he doesn't even think he has it on. And it's like, oh, I have this shit on for real. That guy does not have that shit on. Like that's what Carnage was.
Stupid meme.
But yeah, like sad to see it go. Could have been better. I guess we'll see what I say about the trade, what Andrew says about the trade. It's a bummer. It's just it's one of those bummers. There's really nothing you can say past that. It was a bummer. You know what I mean? There's nothing unfair happening against it. There's nothing catastrophic happening in the industry that caused them to cut a bunch of books. We can actually see it, right? Like we said, it's the pacing made it weird. And the fact that you aired away from like the Odd Couple stuff. We can see where it died.
And that's probably what resulted in it having lower sales.
No, 100%.
And therefore people just weren't interested. They weren't grabbed enough by the month-to-month floppy to where they were like, yeah, I'm going to continue with this.
Especially because I hate that I have to like say, like frame this as a positive, but they didn't do the thing where, okay, Eddie Brock is Carnage. That's admittedly on paper, that's going to be a tough sell to a big range of audiences, specifically people like you and me.
A lot of people just want Eddie Brock to be Venom.
Right. They just want Eddie Brock to be Venom. And then also for people like us, like entrenched readers, we go, what are we doing here? Like, Eddie's Carnage now? Okay, what? Luckily, you and I read Venom more, so we went like, okay, we'll see. But I can still see, like, generally people going like, Marvel, you're doing Eddie as Carnage?
For people who didn't read Venom more,
right,
and therefore didn't have that ending epilogue context of like what sets up this series and got us excited for it in the first place because of the premise for the series, right? Like that was genuinely well done. The setup was great. The execution was spotty.
It was way too spotty, and it happens. It just, I don't know. I guess I would have loved to see what could have been. I guess this could have been really, really cool. It could have gone on for a while, like over issues. This dynamic has something here, and I'm just like so sad it's gonna go. You know what I mean? And that's why I guess I ask, like, where do you think they'll pop up next? Because somebody's got to play with this while it's still available. Like, I have to believe now, after the Null return, we've officially hit like the countdown timer on MJ leaving Venom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? And so once that happens, I know like Eddie will get probably back into that mix, whatever. Carnage will go. So if we have like limited time, like I just feel like we have limited time. All of you are focusing on like the buffet and you're forgetting like the open bar is over here. Like remember, open bar, guys. And they're like, we'll get to it. And maybe somebody will come over and have like 5 drinks before it ends. But then that's it. And that's what I'm like, yeah, like it's just a bummer. And
I feel like Eddie gets whatever the coming like Null event is. I feel like, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy here. Maybe I'm mixing ideas because I feel like there's going to end up being some sort of a confrontation that's going to involve Null
and Eddie.
And Eddie
and MJ.
But also you have MJ and Venom. So then you have Eddie and Carnage there, but we still have Hela in the mix. And so I feel like there might be something where Hela and Carnage. But Cletus is dead.
What is Hela?
Oh, well, yeah.
There you go. That just clicked to me. Like that just clicked. Like, oh, if you're gonna have a big confrontation point, here comes Cletus.
But why would she bring Cletus back?
Here are the 2 ones that off the top of my head, I don't know how well they play, but this is the only ways I can think of. 1, simply to fuck with everybody, right? Like that seems like something Hela would do, right? Like, I'll toy with you. Oh, look, it's the other symbiote host. Like he's here now. Whether she gives him another like a fake symbiote or Carnage real, whatever, that's one option. The other option is she brings him back specifically to take the Carnage symbiote away from Eddie, right? Because she goes, well, there's only one thing that will get you off of Eddie. Boom. It's Cletus. Oh, you go to Cletus. Now King in Black is back to dying. Like, now you are about to die. I can take you out. And then maybe that's when Venom goes, no! And, like, leaps out and bonds with him. Or maybe he double bonds.
Rebonds with
Eddie. Yeah,
or
something like that.
Whatever, yeah.
Or maybe Eddie just doesn't even need the symbiote anymore and he just becomes, like, pure King in Black. I don't fucking know. But something like that is going to happen. But, that's... I can't believe I dropped this train because we got taken away. In terms of why, what hurt this book, Carnage, all the stuff we said, but when a new comic book comes out, especially when it's a premise like this, it's a shaky premise. We don't know if people are going to buy in. An easy way to get interest is go, hey, we're going to have, Green Lantern shows up. Oh man, we're going up against, the Green Goblin. You have a big character, either cameo or be the villain. And that pulls people in and goes, I like Norman. Like, let's see what happens.
Instead, there was no villain.
No, there was. It was Bushwhacker. That's not a headlining villain. That's not who you.
No, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nobody that actually is going to be a draw.
Right. Yeah.
Like that. Right. And even here, even though yes, that Muse has his fans, obviously, you and Mike, but. For the most part, that's not going to be a larger draw.
He would not be, if I wasn't reading this book and I saw, Muse is in it, I would go, oh, that's neat. Maybe I'll get to it someday. But Muse is not oh, shit, it's Muse.
Muse isn't a sell for a book like this.
No, he's not.
If you're already a fan of the character, that might get you more interested. But, if you're not already a fan of that character, that's not a sell.
And yeah, no, 100%. And here to this point, do you remember? Okay, so how do I set this up? In the very first issue, they set up the whole we're gonna go around finding strong people to kill, and when they don't kill me, that's who I'll go bond with. In that issue, Carnage shows up a wall of here's all the potential people I've gone through your memories about. Let's look for them. I just pulled it up. This is way more interesting. They picked literally the least interesting person on this fucking wall to make your headliner for your first arc. Right? Fool Killer would have been fun. Elektra Daredevil would have been fun. Fucking Bullseye. That's something you could do. I would love to see what you even try to do to Silver Surfer, but no. We went with guy who just turns his hands into fleshy weapons. Which, isn't even that cool visually anymore, guys. It's a cool...
No, that would have been, a big deal back when, I don't know, maybe Liefeld was doing Marvel Comics.
I was going to say, it's a very 90s thing, but nowadays...
Where my gun has guns on it type of a thing,
well,
right? Because that's essentially what they did with
Bushwhacker.
With Bushwhacker in this book.
Well, it's also, it's that, but also, think of somebody I don't know... a Mega Man or Genos from One Punch Man, right? They have gun arms or whatever.
Cooler than Saitama. I maintain that argument to this day, and I will die.
Duh. But
he's the coolest character.
They have their arms. They can transform into weapons or guns. But then when they do, they change into they look more robotic. They have a design on they look like another object almost. With Bushwhacker, here I'm gonna zoom in there, that's just his hand and that's just his fingers becoming a gun, which
he's literally just doing this, except it's a little more literal in his sense.
Right, exactly.
That's it.
That's his superpower, is to make fleshy weapons, which works in the 90s and 80s, sure, but we've visually evolved way past that to the point where the only way you could make, hear me out here, the only way I think this would even seem cool or intimidating anymore is if you have to go full body horror with how his hand transforms, right? It needs to look fucked up and crazy, not just normal. Because then you just go okay. Not exciting to look at, not really exciting to see in action. Can't sell an action figure of it. Yeah, it's not great. So, yeah.
I'm sorry, Momo or any number of other anime characters that can just pull a weapon out of their boobs. That's more interesting to me
It
for
is.
obvious reasons. And it still holds up only because of like the novelty of it.
Right. Exactly.
Whereas like you're just, oh, congratulations, I can do this too. It's just not as literal.
Which
right?
like I can see this being like really cool in the 80s, right? When they introduced him, where, hi, I'm Captain America. We're in the UN. Oh my God, that guy like has a weapon. How did he do that? But now we live in a world of like the Avengers have mechs, and Penny Parker regularly runs around. Like, this isn't doing. It's not doing it for me. It's not doing it for you. I highly doubt it's doing anything for anybody.
We've scaled past you, bro. Like, writers, if you want to use Bushwhacker, you need to evolve him. Like, you need to evolve his powers big time to something that actually is kind of cool.
I'm almost cool with like going like a 2000s
lame.
like route where they try to give everybody just like insane superpowers for no, like, just go crazy. I don't even care at this point. Who cares about him? Find me a Bushwhacker fan. There is no Bushwhacker watch. All right, there's a Jimmy watch. There is no Bushwhacker watch.
There is a Jimmy watch. There's a Jimmy watch. There are 2 people on it, but you know, there's still a Jimmy.
It's still more than we got on Bushwhacker watch. All right. Well, I think that's all I've got for Carnage. Andrew?
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm sad to see the book go. I'm not sad that is one less book that I have to buy.
That is nice. That is really nice.
And that, you know, my stack was starting to do this a little bit sometimes.
Man, I miss being like 17 when I could just be like, oh, I'll buy 25 comics because I've got nothing else to spend my fucking money on. Sure, like,
and they're all $1.99 anyway. So
or $2.99, holding the line at $2.99.
$2.99. Remember when DC believed in that
for a month? That was so bad. Like,
yeah,
oh man, that made me laugh so hard.
Very next month, $3.99. But yeah, like I'm more bummed that this premise wasn't executed to its potential.
Yeah.
It's a good story. I'm probably going to end up buying the trade anyway.
It's still like, it is a good story. Yeah.
I am bummed that it didn't live up to its potential. It was good. It could have been great.
It could have been, oh my God, wait a minute. I just realized
it could have been like a darker level of great from what we currently have with Venom, right?
I think they were literally leading this up into the Null stuff. Hela's on the fucking board.
Yeah.
So I could see them going through everybody, and then it's like, oh, we go confront Hela, and here we are. It's King in Black, Queen in Black time, or whatever. Wow. Mm-hmm. That's even crazier to me because they fell well short of that.
Well, because otherwise, like, look, a lot of these characters on here don't really belong on this wall at first glance.
But it's also like, Carnage just being like ridiculous. Like, here's
it's Carnage being ridiculous, and Carnage has attained like
that's true
semi-god status, right? So like now he's making some bigger targets.
That's a good point, yeah.
But the thing is, you still, even at the end of the day, you'd be like, why is Silver Surfer there? Why Hela?
How do I
a Thor villain?
How do I get Eddie the Man, like genuine, just a dude, up against Galactus, up against Phoenix, up against Surfer?
What is the connecting point here? Like, Phoenix isn't even around. She's effing off.
The only one of those super powerful who makes sense is Silver Surfer, and that's just because he like pops in randomly. He's like, "Oh, Earth is pretty."
Like every now and then, oh, Silver Surfer showed up. It's not like that never happens.
Right?
It's uncommon. You know, like if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have two nickels.
But even then, to that nickel point, he only kind of hangs out in New York City. Carnage is not in New York. Right now, like they left right quick.
Well, Eddie just isn't in New York anymore.
Yeah, that too.
He doesn't chill there for the most part. So
he's away from Dylan.
Like, I feel like Soul probably had a connecting point planned, and when the book got canned, he wasn't able to put in that connecting point. That connecting point was probably intended for like issues 10 through 12 or something like that.
Probably right where we just
thereafter.
are. Yeah, you're probably
right. So it probably got chopped off right at the knees, right when it was about to, like, right when the starting line gun was about to go off.
Dang. I think you're entirely right. Because now I'm trying to. how would he have like confronted any? The only connection I can think of, and this might have been interesting if they'd have made sense, is Bullseye used to be on the Dark Avengers. Maybe there's some Norman level contact. Maybe he pissed off, Phoenix or so. I don't know. See, even that is really, really, really thin. Like, I'm stretching that. But
I was gonna say, all right, Reed Richards.
yeah, no, right, yeah, no, that's a really. I know where I was going with that one, but yeah, no, like that makes it even, because I mean, you and I, or you were the one who sent this to, or blah, 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 blah. When you read the issue, you reached out to me first because you read it first, and you were like, this felt hyper rushed. Like, what happened here? And I was like, oh, don't you remember? It like ended. And then I picked it up and I went, oh man, that was like, what happened there? Because like even the unlocking of Eddie's brain there that we saw, like that's just like thrown in there. That woman clearly probably was not supposed to die right there. The build up to Muse was way too much for him to just go, oh, I lost my hand, bye. Like, it was,
and then F off.
Yeah, and just gone. And yeah, now I'm kind of bummed because at the very least, I want to see. Let me know what you would have done, Charles. Right? Like, I want to see
what were your plans?
Yeah, because we're not saying it can't be done, but it takes a very fine like archer to make that shot. And not that you can't do it. We just want to see what arrow you're using. Like. Oh, could you make it? Oh, it's the guy dad thing, right? Like when there's a grill going, it's like, oh yeah, yep. Just stand around it, like, oh, that looks good. You're not gonna do anything, but you're like, oh yeah, yep. What you flipping with there? Oh yeah, yep. Great, yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the unfortunate end of I was gonna say unfortunate end of Absolute Carnage, but nope, it's just Eddie brought Carnage.
Carnage was great.
Oh yeah, that's what the event was. That's right, it was Absolute Carnage. I did like that event. Yeah,
was that Kate's event? And
Stegman, right?
And Stegman was still on it. Yeah, like that was a fantastic.
Oh, that's the whole
fantastically fun event.
That's the event too, where like Peter learns about Dylan, and he has that. It's one of my favorite scenes when Eddie asks him to lunch,
and we see Normie there.
Yeah, but like Spider-Man shows up in costume, and they're like talking, and he's like, you're a dad? Like, who would let you have a kid? And he's like, and then Dylan like walks up. He's like, hey, dad. He's like, what is happening? And Eddie's like, calm down. I'll tell you what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's a great, it's a great
Kate's
moment.
actually writes a pretty decent Spider-Man too.
I kind of wouldn't mind to see him do like a.
I'd genuinely be curious. Like, I would want him to tell a Spider-Man story that balances still some of that fun, lightheartedness, but like take advantage of your strengths. Like, you can do some creepy stuff.
Oh, like, he could especially, yeah.
That's like, play to your strengths, man. Like, yeah, you can wear multiple hats, but like, put on your best hat for this. This is Spider-Man.
Imagine if they had put him on like Kindred. Maybe that would have actually been exciting.
Oh,
to a very little bit.
Incredibly underwhelming.
And just, I mean, Harry's still technically alive somewhere out there, I think. So nobody's gonna touch that with a 400-foot pole. Speaking of, before we get out of here, Mike says, I just realized I bought Spider-Man Torn #1 twice. Good. Everybody should get that book. It's JMS.
That's the Straczynski.
Yep, that's the Straczynski one. So
I have not been picking it up.
Which I don't know if we've told our viewers about this, but so yeah, Spider-Man Torn, just real quick before we get out of here. New just a mini series from J. Michael Straczynski, who wrote a lot of the pre One More Day Spider-Man stuff. He was basically the writer throughout the 2000s. It is I picked it up because that's my favorite Spider writer. I loved it. Andrew didn't pick it up, and it was funny because he was like, oh, you picked it up? And I went, yeah, why didn't you? And he went, I just whatever, it's another Spider-Man story. We've had, how many times we get a mini series a year where it's just Spider-Man doing something, which is like, okay, cool, but it's inconsequential, it doesn't matter, it's whatever.
I think what it was is I was just kind of like, I was kind of over the whole like, hey, here's a Spider-Man mini.
Oh no, 100%.
It takes place in this pocket of time in the past.
Yeah.
Like pre One More Day or thereabouts. And it's like, man, I've read like 3 or 4 of these in the last year. I'm good.
And like, it is funny, guys, because I
hope it's good.
I hope
you're enjoying it.
Oh no, exactly. Like, I would be right there with Andrew if it weren't for specifically JMS. Like, that's the only reason I'm reading this. So I support your decision. That book is great. And I just like JMS. That's all I really got for that one. Mike does also say, I'm kind of glad they didn't do it, but a Carnage Muse combo sounds terrifying. terrifying, yeah, but I think I do agree with you. I don't think I would have wanted to see that. Like,
Yeah.
I think that like dilutes what he is as a character, and then also like
Mhm.
dilutes what Carnage is as a character. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really have a deeper thought on it, Mike. I think I'm just right there with you. It would have been a bad move. But yeah, we closed it out. We're at 3. What do you want? What do you got? I think we're out of here. I guess we'll say goodnight.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything else to. I can't think of anything to even like shout out from this intro. We'll do our sign offs, guys, of course. But I mean, like, nothing. I want to like show anybody. Nothing.
No. Anybody that pre-ordered Rippazine #5 with my Blue Shift tryout short story, like I said at the top of the show, that will hopefully be arriving at the warehouse maybe sometime next week or the week after, and then I'll sign the CGC copies, and then hopefully those will get fulfilled.
He has to sign
shortly
CGC
thereafter.
copies. That's so. I don't know why that's so cool.
It's really weird to say.
I know, right? Like that's so.
Like I actually spent a good chunk of the last couple of days like practicing my signatures. Like, okay, what works the best? Then I can replicate enough times and it look like within a range of variants, like it's still the same signature, right?
That's so cool.
And that was an interesting feeling. But thank you to anybody that supported that. I'm really looking forward to you guys getting your hands on it. I suggest if you can check out Alpha Core #2 and Great Wars Separation 3. Both of those are live right now. We also just announced the launch dates for our villain books, which will be launching next week on Monday. We've got our all ages book, Detention Crew, live right now. On top of that, we have the Rippazine collection. So if you have not gotten your hands on any of the Rippazines thus far, that has all 5 of the 16-page short stories, including mine, plus a short story preview by Zachary Levi and Nerd HQ, which is meant to like promote visibility on like mental health and things like that. So like that's something super cool and we're proud of. So yeah, that's all I've got. Other than that, thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and thanks for enjoying intellectually honest comic book talk, because there needs to be more of that.
There definitely needs to be more of that. Otherwise you would have never known the greatness that is legitimately Al Ewing's Venom.
Al Ewing's Venom is it's Kino, man.
It is absolute Kino. It's absolute comics. That's what it is. It's absolute comics.
It is absolute comics.
All right, yeah, guys. I think we're gonna be heading out of here then. As always, boundingintocomics.com for new news. GMU, Good Mab Ugly viewers, remember we're switching to the new schedule starting this week, so we won't be Friday. We'll be Saturday afternoons. Don't worry, you'll get all the alerts and all that fun stuff. Yeah, we're doing a bounding thing.
Doing a shakeup.
Yeah, gonna be broadcasting to my channel as well as the Bounding Into Comics channel and on Kick, our Twitch, and all that sort of fun stuff. Trying to rebuild that. But yeah, that's where GMU. Then right back here, same bat time, same bat channel for some more intellectually honest comic book talk. I have no idea what's coming down the pipe right now, but I'm sure you'll all find out when we show you our books next week.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Until next time, everybody.
Never before have we had greater face a complex, rapidly changing world. Think of it a moment.
It is a world in which supersonic speeds are commonplace. It is a world that has seen the coming of the atomic bomb. It has seen the rise of the total state, the dictator, and the mass man. It is a world of new sensations, new excitements, new distractions.
So much to be learned by so many in so little time.
I suppose you're here with no agenda, as per usual?
On the contrary, I'm here for comics.
How's your comic book collection, Brody?
Oh, it's going good.